frigid tonight, down to 5. Sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow, high 34. Thursday, mostly cloudy and much cooler. Maybe a flurry in the afternoon and evening, the high 22. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Right now, it's 26 in St. Peter's, 27 in Florissant, lots of sun, 28 downtown at the Gateway Arch. I'm Scott Jagal, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DG Ask 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Another day, another snow day. How's everyone handling it? Everybody good?
Oh, yeah.
Wheels,
fine.
you're good until you get to the building.
I'm fine 99.9% of the way.
That is the hardest part of the drive by a massive margin.
I mean, for God's sake, man.
You know what they should do? They should make an implement, like with a wooden handle, and then a scooper on the end, and then people could like scoop the snow up and throw it out of the way.
And just kind of like push it.
Right.
I don't understand. If it's curved like this, you just... Oh, you mean flip it over?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
You could make billions.
Right.
So it would be a thing that like when you dig dirt,
Yes.
but for snow.
Exactly.
And then it moves the snow and slush out of the way.
And for example, if in front of our parking garage, a couple of guys had this new invention, I bet within 30 minutes they could have that snow gone.
Yeah.
It's too bad we don't have those.
Yeah, where are you going to find a couple of guys?
I mean,
either?
and plus that thing hasn't been invented yet, right?
Right. I think we just did.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
But we don't have a physical,
And now we have
prototype.
to cut her in on a fourth of it because she was sitting here listening to it.
You know, Dave, you brought up wheels in the garage. Do you remember when we were leaving last night?
Uh-huh.
You said to me, we have to bring this up on the show tomorrow.
Yes. So I've been picking Rach up and taking her home because she's snowed in, right? And last night we're leaving. I hope this isn't something serious because I'm going to feel awful. But we're pulling out, and Wheeler's walking down the parking garage like he's just going to walk out.
Oh, no.
And I go, what's he doing? And
Is
Rachel's
that where
like-
you went?
Rachel's like, I have no idea. And so I was like, do we stop? Is he having a crash out?
No, I was gathering evidence.
Okay.
I went and took pictures.
Okay. Because you
Because
disappeared
there
for
was
like
a-
a
there was-
while,
there was
and I
an-
had no idea where you
Well,
went.
see, so I was communicating with the powers that be,
Okay.
and in one of those texts, the power that be here, our boss, Steve,
Power the biz.
the power that is, said that he was told by the building they were shoveling.
Okay.
Well, hours later, Matt Pauley comes in.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, they didn't do anything with this thing. And I went back down there to take the pictures
Okay.
just to send to our boss to say, hey, whoever told you that they cleared this or shoveled it lied to you.
You look sketchy as hell.
I
when
was
you're doing
mad,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. I don't understand why it's hard. If you can own a building, you can clear the entrance to the garage.
Yes, you can.
I mean, it ain't that. You're so right. With the invention of what we can now call a shovel,
Yeah.
you could have fixed that in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Throw that in some salt because like the other decks are icy because it's been below freezing the entire time, and we don't have any salt there except outside our door where we did it.
Yes.
Not me, but someone affiliated with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is not a company problem because the company and the building are separate.
Sure.
This is a building
It's
problem.
a building problem.
And then of course we work in an office, also a building problem. Andrew and I, where it's probably 48 degrees.
It's really bad in there.
It's 48 degrees. I mean, it's just like, people, if you're going to own a building, at least have the capability of maintaining it.
Yeah, Andrew has one of those denim coats with the fur on the
The
inside.
fur lining, yeah.
Like a sexy cowboy. And he has to wear it all day.
Yeah. I really hate looking like a sexy cowboy all day. It's really bumming me out.
He's going to rope and ride.
But I just like, it's right in here with me. I carry it with me everywhere because I'm like, I don't know if this room I'm going into is going to be 40 degrees or not.
Yeah.
Also, I will say that, like, this is clearly better than the snow last year with the way it is downtown.
It is.
Right?
It is.
But why do we have to be a city where we lose a full lane of traffic every time it snows?
Yeah.
And the sidewalks.
And the sidewalks. Like everything is done. Like you go down, Tucker's a main road. By the way, I should point out, the path to Highway 70 from downtown was almost impassable last night. Almost impassable because the roads hadn't been touched. There was a car stuck in front of me that finally got out just to get to the highway. And I'm like, I don't understand why we just say, all right, well, one path through and then that's it. We're down from 4 lanes to 2 lanes on a main road, getting off at 14th Street. If you're coming down 40, there's only 1 lane there where there's supposed to be 2.
Yeah, I've only lived here and Alaska.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was better in Alaska.
Well, the roads,
I mean, they're ready for it.
The roads were snow.
They're ready for it.
Right? They were just snow roads.
Yeah. But it worked. They were like full-size roads.
Just I know I get it. There are probably logistical things that I'm not thinking of. But it just feels like a very odd thing to be like, well, it snowed a lot, so good luck, everybody. And by the way, you'll be in a lane, and it will end suddenly without warning.
Yeah.
And now everybody's got to merge, and there's going to be an accident, and there are going to be all kinds of delays because everything's going to get jacked up.
Maybe it's just like this in every city, and we just don't know.
Maybe.
Because we don't live there.
I don't know. It's like, okay, well, 1 pass with the plows, you could make that 2.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any trucks out the last 2 days. They were out for sure before. I mean, you can see that some work got done. Unlike last year, it's like, uh-oh.
Well, it always gets to this point, too. Nick lives in Lafayette Square, and he's been Ubering in each day because they're snowed in. So I'm going to drive him home tonight. I just start making some money from this.
Hey.
This service.
I'm telling you, with that monster truck, put a plow in front of it, man.
Between inventing the shovel and Uber.
I was going to say, so we've invented shovels and Uber, and we're not even 11 minutes into the show.
And if you did that shovel thing and put that on the front of your car.
Whoa. Call Mr. Plow.
Dave
That's
would
my
be like,
name.
now
My
you're
name
blowing my
again
mind.
is
Dave's
Mr.
like, I'm
Plow.
rich.
Now
I'm
you've
rich.
blown my mind.
You might have the best car ever for this.
Oh, man, no kidding.
No snowbank is going to hold Dave Glover in.
That's right. Now, if I ever have to use my winch, I'm screwed. Honestly, dudes, I am living in fear of that. Because you know me, you've all seen it. I will help people. I'll stop my car. I'll push them. I don't want to do that because I'm too afraid of them going, is that a winch? Let's use the winch. I'd be like, I'm going to come clean.
I kind of want to go look and see, is there an obvious thing? Just it's amongst buttons. And
I'm telling you, it's like the space shuttle in there. The other day, Big D comes in. He's like, your lights are on. I'm like, I don't think that's possible. He goes, no, the big floodlights on top.
Dave was hunting
And I
dinosaurs.
didn't know how to turn them off.
He's like, I was trying to get those damn velociraptors.
It is an extremely Jurassic Park
Oh, my God.
vehicle.
It's better than the Jurassic Park ones.
Yeah.
Because you could actually take a dinosaur down with the winch and those lights.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Or just roll over them because you're a monster truck.
Could be. I saw a weird story today, and it made me laugh, and I feel bad because it ends poorly. But it was the story of a tiger and a goat. I think it was in China. And they throw goats into the tiger enclosure so they can eat them. And a couple of years ago, they threw a goat in to the tiger enclosure, and the tiger's like, I kind of like the cut of this guy's jib. So they were best friends for 2 years. They lived in this enclosure for 2 years. And then the goat got all full of himself and was trying to play with the tiger and headbutted him. And the tiger grabbed him by the neck and threw him. Just like threw him. No more goat.
Oh, no.
There's a lesson in there somewhere. Eventually, a tiger's going to grab him by the neck.
Yeah, I was going to say, since he didn't eat him all along, you think he was just like playing along and like, oh, no, you're way small for this.
I don't know. I think he just got pissed.
Or he just got mad. He's like, ah!
So did he eat him after he threw him?
Article didn't say.
Okay.
Don't know.
Well, you know what they always say, right? Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the tiger.
Don't headbutt the tiger.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just because you think you're buddies.
Yeah, I always thought that was interesting. I mean, everybody watched Tiger King at the beginning of the pandemic. And in like the first episode, one of the handlers gets their arm ripped off by the tiger.
Yep.
And they're I think it was a woman, they're interviewing her and she was like, well, it was always a possibility. Like she did not hold it against that tiger at all.
Oh, no. I mean, how do you hold it against an animal who's just being what they are?
Right. But then
Speaking
it's
of-
like, so don't mess with them at all then.
Speaking
Let
of
'em
weird
live in the
animals,
wild.
I saw an article today about starfish. I didn't know much about starfish. They have no brain. They have no nervous system. They have no blood. But they somehow are able to like move and eat and exist.
Yeah,
That's
pretty,
weird.
Pretty horrifying, right?
Really?
They're
Yeah.
probably aliens.
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of stuff in the ocean that looks like it could be aliens.
No brain. No blood. No nervous system. Nothing.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I don't even know how they do it.
What if it's just made of nanobots?
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
They said that they have these little tube feet and that each one is almost like sentient. And they just react to whatever they feel on the ocean floor.
Oh,
I don't like that. You need to get rid of them.
creepies.
Mm-hmm. Today's National Chocolate Cake Day.
Ooh, yum.
Chocolate cake.
Yum,
What
We,
did you
we
say?
put an L in there
Yeah.
Oh,
because, oh boy. We put
This
an
is
L
not
in
the
there.
first time he has heard this.
it feels like
Hold
it.
on.
Because-
I,
It's been
got,
3
I got
years.
this covered. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. There you go. Thank you, Rach.
How did you do that so fast?
Yeah, you had that queued up. That's Spanky, and he was trying to get some eggs
Oh, it's baby Spanky,
and some
right?
chocolate cake.
Oh, yes, it is baby
It's like when he's
Stinky.
really cute and little, not when he's
So
annoying and
cute.
older.
Yeah, he did get. They all do.
Well, yeah.
Remember when-
Let's be honest, babies are cute and kids
Friggin'
can be annoying.
Beaver started getting pimples and stuff. You're like, I don't care what this guy does.
Don't look up grown up rascals. They all had dark lives.
They
I
did,
know.
yeah. They
Didn't
were.
Spanky get he was shot to death in a
Alfalfa.
gambling? Okay.
Yeah.
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
owed a guy $20, and the guy shot him to death.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
Eddie Murphy paid for Buckwheat's funeral.
Did he?
That's really sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that back then we knew that the child star thing was going to end poorly, and yet
We
it's
just-
like we got to get another crop of child stars in
We
here.
should change something about this.
just the Little Rascals and Shirley Temple and literally every other kid that was a star.
And then don't get me started on the Disney kids. Woo.
Dang.
Nickelodeon kids.
Those kids are a mess.
I was also reading an article. I'm just quite a reader lately. Hold on. I think I screenshotted the headline. The headline is what I thought was most interesting. No, that's Trump. Here, sex therapist who has slept with 400 clients reveals why she does the job. I think we know why you do the job.
Yeah.
Did you know such a thing existed?
Yeah, there's a movie about it.
What?
What's it called?
Wait.
How do you get it?
It was It was Helen Hunt was the star.
Well, I'm out.
I'm trying to think. It won a bunch of awards.
Why am I such a Helen Hunt hater?
I don't know, but it's been consistent over the years.
The
I'll tell you
whole
that.
When did
time,
it start?
It really came to fruition on Castaway. Because I'm like,
okay.
really? You're
wasn't-
working that
so it
hard to
wasn't
get
like
back
the-
to Helen Hunt?
It wasn't the Mad About You days.
No, I found them both pretty annoying during Mad About You.
That show was
So, Dave, you're
awful.
saying if you had been on the island, you would have just looked over at Wilson and been like, you know what, this is.
I'm just,
I
Yeah.
don't really need Helen.
I like you better.
I'm just saying, like,
I like you more than Helen
right,
Wilson.
right. I mean, they have similar faces.
Doesn't Wheels hate Castaway?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh
Why
my
did he just?
gosh.
Why did he just swim off the island?
No, he does. He
No.
hates the Wilson thing. The
I hate
most
that.
emotional scene, the most touching thing that it makes me cry
Oh,
every
you
time
mean
I see
you
it.
mean his friend that saved
His
his
only
sanity?
friend.
You mean when he had a psychotic break and it's
Yeah.
the only thing that kept him alive?
Wheels is like, dumb, just a volleyball, bro.
Hey, my ball's floating away! And he's got the Tom Hanks scream. You know the Tom Hanks scream.
Oh,
It's
I
always
do.
the same. It's like, oh,
I think he only does it that one time and that
No,
one.
he
What do
does
you-
not.
What do you mean the Tom
You know,
Hanks
the
scream?
famous Tom
no,
Hanks
Tom
scream.
Hanks makes that noise.
You know when he's
all
going
I
through
gotta,
the-
time.
I gotta have Wheels' back on
Tom
this
Hanks
one.
makes that noise all the time.
Yeah, he's got the voice breaking thing.
Yeah, he's a
little Seinfeld.
he's a little modern day Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
He's got a little weirdness to it. And
Yeah,
it's always like up
building
and
and
down for
roll.
no reason.
Neither of you have ever seen a movie. What in the hell are you talking
no,
about?
we're right. We're
We're
right.
totally right.
Yeah, come on, little rascal! Bring up
Did you
the
not see it?
Tom Hanks
Did you
scream
not-
in
did you
50
not
different
see it in
movies in
Splash?
10 seconds.
I will. Give
See,
me a second.
here's the problem. This is a generation gap
Uh-huh.
because his newer things are not that way. But if you go back to like Splash and you go back to like he did that at Bosom Buddies on his TV show.
Oh, you know what? He definitely does it in Money Pit.
He does it in
Andrew,
Money Pit.
He for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Neighbors. He
an
did it in Neighbors.
8-minute long supercut of Tom Hanks yelling. So take that.
Can we play it?
I'm scared he's going to be cussing.
He might be because
Hanks
those
doesn't cuss.
no, those 80s movies like Money, he will cuss in
yeah.
those.
Yeah, he does.
There he is in Big. This
Big,
looks like
see, another one. He does that stupid thing all the time.
Joe versus Volcano.
I don't think
Love
he
that
did it in
movie.
Philadelphia, though.
Remember, what movie was it? That was harsh. What movie
Leave Their
was
Own.
it where he was screaming about chocolate Clegg? I forget.
That was Philadelphia. So-
All right, everybody calm down. Let's stop bringing up Philadelphia. Just for all of our own sakes, let's just chill.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at Amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit LanceDRURYLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
St. Louis has a voice.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
That voice has shared our stories from headline to history.
In afternoon programming for American radio. The program is called At Your Service.
Among those voices, Mike Kelly.
Kaufman at the 11. Kaufman hurdles man at the 5, fighting for the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
Working at KMOX is an honor and a responsibility to represent this community. It's one we take seriously. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. 100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS, KMOX, 122. Happy Tuesday to you. Tell you what, 10 years after I retire from this show, I will still be thinking about how Wheeler says bosom.
I didn't really mean to do that.
Bosom buddies.
Yeah, bosom buddies.
Get the bosoms on her.
Bosoms. How about that show, man?
I loved it back
I don't
then.
think I've ever seen it.
It was, I mean, again, for its time, it was funny.
Yeah.
If you watch it now, you'd be like, this is so dumb.
Is it problematic?
I don't think so.
What's it about?
Two guys dress
that,
up as girls
to get a cheaper place to live.
in
Yeah.
a
So they could live
apartment.
in like an all-girls dorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm telling you something. there was no such thing as problematic in the 70s.
No, that was. I think that was 80s, but same thing.
I mean,
we didn't get to problematic until the 2000s.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that as a joke. It's the reality.
Yeah.
So is that Tom Hanks's first role? Lose him?
It was the thing that made him famous. Yeah.
Yeah, big breakout. Who was the other guy? The other guy was somebody too, right?
Yeah, but nothing. Yeah,
Peter
Scolari. He was nothing like. He was like a little guy that would appear in as he got older, he'd appear as like he'd be a criminal on Law and Order or something like that. He'd be like the one episode wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to knock the guy, but I mean, just Tom
Hanks. He had a career.
Tom Hanks was really the only guy that came out of that
you're
show.
You're telling it like it is.
Peter Scolari's catching strays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was channeling my inner Tom Hanks from Splash the day after I had gone on a date with a girl. And then the next day we went to the Galleria and we were in Things Remembered. And I was doing what's it called? Like prop humor and everything. I'd pick everything up. I'd be like, and I said to the girl, am I the craziest person you've ever known? And she goes, well, you're certainly the one trying the hardest to seem crazy. And I was just like,
it's so brutal that happened at a Things Remembered, too.
Yeah, because I do.
You got it engraved.
I should have just immediately gotten a little desk thing that says, am I the craziest guy you ever known?
Yeah, you got a snow globe that says, most ashamed I've ever been. Today's date.
Really owned. So you guys see that China's top general has been arrested for spying for the United States?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So interesting. Isn't the spying thing so stupid?
It is. We all do it.
It's like if it was an American doing that for China, we'd be like, what
String
a
him up.
horrible person.
And yes,
What,
it's a
rightfully
crime.
so, yes,
I'm sure
absolutely.
this guy's future's not too bright. It's but it is one of the funniest things about the world.
Yeah.
Is that everybody spies on everybody, and they're like, when it happens to them, you're like, oh, I can't believe it.
How dare
How
you?
could you?
You're a spy. I'm like, there's lots of them.
Anyone but me watched the Alex Honnold climb the Taipei Tower?
I did.
Netflix.
I did watch it.
I can't
watched
believe
the
we
whole
didn't talk
thing.
about this yesterday.
I know. Here's my take. Unbelievably superhuman. I mean, this guy is as impressive as a human gets. He seems like a good guy. Seems like a grounded guy.
Grounded?
Evidently, Netflix paid him nothing.
What?
They said it was just an embarrassing amount. And he's like, I'm just not all that into money. I live in my truck. And I saw him interviewed, and they talked to the guy interviewing him said, I have a fear of heights. And he's such a smart guy. He goes, do you? Do you really have a fear of heights? Like, are you scared in a plane? The guy's like, no. He's like, are you scared of the top floor of a building looking out a window? He's like, no. And he's like, no. People don't really have a fear of heights. Some people do. But he said, you have a fear of falling and dying. And he said, I do too.
Yeah.
And it was so fascinating because I guess he's eaten up with anxiety. And he said, the way I do it,
tell.
yeah, the way I do it is I don't go into a situation where I'm fearful and try to overcome it. I don't go into situations where I'm fearful. And I'm not fearful climbing El Cap or climbing the Taipei Tower because I've trained for it. And I know I know the capabilities of my body, and I know I can do it. And I'm like, that makes nothing but sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I gotta say, he should have taken the money for his wife and children.
Yes, he
who
should.
He puts at risk every time he does.
I tell you, the
this.
money he should have made is whenever they paid those idiots who are like the color commentators. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Tell me that
them getting
you're-
paid more than him is hysterical.
Tell
for
me that you're a weekend radio anchor without telling me you're a weekend right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're just like, they're just obviously trying out for their next job. They're so annoying.
Dude, Netflix has had a problem with the people they've picked for sports.
Yes, they have.
And the
It's
whole
like-
thing being like a weird commercial for whatever Crush Labs is.
I didn't even catch
I
that.
didn't.
I don't know.
That at all.
They showed a bunch of promos for it. Like while the guy's climbing, I'm like, take me back to the climbing guy.
That was nuts, though.
That's what I'm trying to watch.
Crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I watched something different.
I know. I'm like, I did not see that.
I'm like, and the big horse? Come on.
I'll tell you guys about Universal Windows, Direct. They'll probably change their deal during the year. I mean, most clients do. But right now is a really good time. And I get that you just came through Christmas and the charge cards and all that kind of stuff. And it's a foot of snow and ice out there. Totally get it. But if you are thinking about replacement windows this year, and you got a couple of nickels, you put it away, you can pay for it, ready to go. Just tell me the deal. With Universal Windows Direct, you get great windows with absolutely ironclad guarantee and warranty. Buy 4 windows, get 4 for free. 0% interest over 60 months, so 5 years to pay without a penny of interest. $1,000 off your entire project and a free vacation for you and your family. 314-334-2522 or check us out at universalwindowsdirect.com.
Start your day with an edge.
Total Information AM.
It's like breakfast for your brain. I wake up, I turn on the news.
I gotta listen 3 or 4 times every day.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
I like to wake up with the news.
Total Information AM.
It's where I get my news. Traffic conditions and potential weather that's coming.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9.
I like to turn it on and just get caught up.
Where I get my news. The news, weather, and traffic.
On the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
This is John Pertzborn with Ben and Gentry for HeatUpSt.Louis.org.
We're the Golden Boys!
For the 26th Rise and Shine benefit.
It's Friday, February 13th.
Your lucky day to volunteer.
Or buy a sausage or egg biscuit for $1.
At participating area Hardee's.
It's HeatUpSt.Louis.org to also pre-order. That's HeatUpStLouis.org.
Put the biscuits down, Ben.
Oi!
All right, let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by S&L Coins.
Sunny skies and breezy, but those winds are from the south, so we're not as cold, but the ice pack obviously keeping us quite cold. 31 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear, down to 0 because the northwest flow takes over tonight. Wednesday, sunny skies. We get ahead of another Arctic cold front, 29 on Wednesday. Wednesday night down to 9. Thursday, it's all about the northwest flow, and it is cold on Thursday. Clouds, little sun, 20 for the high. On Friday, partly sunny, the high only 15. Sunny and cold right through the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's men's Billikens basketball action tonight as they take on George Washington. Pre-game 6:45, tip at 7 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 132. Fred Bottomer is here with us. Fred's one of our favorite people in the world, much less the building. And I heard he had a funny story about the snowstorm. We seem to always have a Fred Bottomer story for snowstorms.
You know,
remember the first one when we drove right by you?
That's right. That's right. Years ago.
Yeah.
Did you guys yell out the window,
right
see you later,
me.
sucker? Is
no,
that right?
I said, like, look at that poor schmuck. And then somebody goes, "You look like Fred Bottomer." I'm like, "That's not Fred."
Literally, you were driving me to the hotel that Fred was also going to, the Jury next to Union Station, and we drove past him, and we all said, "Oh, this poor guy. He's like dragging like a little suitcase behind him, walking, and there's snow's falling right in his face." And we're like, "That poor guy." And then we drove past him and kicked a bunch of snow up at him.
And I knew it was you guys, and I got out of the way right away because you were motoring right past me.
And then the next day, Fred was talking about the long walk, and Dave, you said something like, "Oh my God, you should have told me. We would have given you a ride. We had plenty of room in the car." And Fred said, "You drove right past me."
Yeah, I was too busy diving out of the way. So this time,
tuck and roll.
Dave's laying on the horn.
This time, I think this is called best laid plans off to go astray.
Okay.
So I live in a subdivision in South County that I can never get my car up the hills when it snows. So I thought I would be smart and, reposition my car on Saturday so on Monday I can get to work without a problem. So I drove out of my subdivision Saturday morning, put it up on the parking lot where there's a Papa John's. And I thought, okay, this is safe. I've done this before, no problems. And so I left it there. And Sunday night, I went back to check on it to maybe clean it out or shovel around it. And apparently Papa John's was closed that Sunday, so there was no shoveling of the entire parking lot, and I was the only car on it. So I'm like this small Hot Wheel car in the middle of, this huge parking lot with snow everywhere, and it
like
had drifted.
8 inches of snow. Yeah.
Well, it was probably like 12, 15 inches because it had drifted all around. So I started shoveling, and like after a couple hours, I'm like, this is useless. So I went home, and then figured, Monday morning I've got more shoveling to do. Well, when I got there Monday morning around 10 o'clock, I thought I'd wait a little bit. Apparently the snow shovelers had come and cleared the whole lot, including all the snow around my car.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So,
you got me feeling good.
So then I had to shovel a little bit to get out, but it worked, and I got into work, and everything was going great. Coming into work, I can't get up the hill to go into the building at the parking garage.
We've been talking about this for 2 days now.
Well, two things. Luckily, the gate was gone.
Right.
So once I started going up the hill, I could back out all the way out. Secondly, there were no cars behind me, because if there was a car behind me, I'd have crashed into it. So I had to back out after a couple of tries, drive around the neighborhood looking for a spot to park. Finally found one on the other side of our building, right next to another Papa John's. So I parked there at this parking meter, and, I have to call the St. Louis Parking to get on their machine, their app, and pay to park. And it's only a 2-hour limit. So I pay for it. I guess it's like $5. And I get into work. My wife says, "Hey, you want to check with City Hall, make sure that they actually have enforcement people out on a snowy day. Because if they don't pay anymore." So I checked, and the city said, "No, we don't have anybody out. We're glad you're here. Just stay there." So I just stayed there. So that was my extent of my day. To top it all off, I had to rush home to shovel my neighbor Joyce's lawn, driveway, because I've been promised. She's 86 years old, 84. I'm not sure. She's in her 80s, and I promised that I would, get someone to shovel her driveway. Well, the guy kind of ghosted us and didn't show. So I had to get home. And I don't know if you guys have trouble driving in the snow. I could barely see out of my windshield because, the windshield wiper stuff wouldn't come out.
It froze.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the line froze, yeah.
So,
it's bad.
It was just, yesterday was a day I do not want to relive. Today has been so much easier.
It's so...
I didn't even know any of this. I saw Fred yesterday. I'm like, "How you handling the snow?" And he goes, "Not good."
What's adorable about Fred is that he's the only one who pays for parking ever downtown.
You're right.
Especially in the middle of a snowstorm.
You're right. People have said, "You actually paid?" I'm like,
honesty.
Yeah.
I like that you called.
Yeah. Steve Butts, when he was doing one of the shows for us, got a $30 ticket for parking downtown.
Yeah, and that's Steve Butts.
And he thought he parked legally as a state road. He thought he was legal, but he still got a ticket.
Yeah. How are things down the hall?
It. Things are great.
Good.
Things are great. Chili, how's your studio?
This one has been pretty good.
Nice, yeah.
Pretty good. Rach and I, our office, pretty good. KMOX office, like 50 degrees.
Well, the one right by the copier where Andrew and Ranjan all of a sudden it's 50. It's 48, 50 degrees in there for sure.
Yeah, it's frigid in there.
Yeah.
Might as well open the windows.
Yeah, we're just discussing, like, do you think this is just like bitching about your mother-in-law? Like every city moans about the way they remove snow. Or are we just really bad at it?
I'm still not happy with the way the downtown streets look. When I get off the highway and you're driving past City Hall and you're coming toward work, it's up for grabs of where you drive because it's just part of it's clean.
Well,
Some
we've
streets are
eliminated
great.
lanes entirely.
Well, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're just trying to navigate it.
I'm sure there's an answer to this question, but what I don't get is why haven't they been plowing the last 2 days? Like, I haven't seen any plows. Doesn't mean they're not out there, but I haven't heard anyone in my life say, oh, yeah, they showed up on Monday and they cleared the street. Like,
I think there has been some improvement over the last snowstorm where things went so wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's
I think,
better than that, but that's also a
right.
pretty low bar.
I don't know if I've ever been as I don't think I was as mad at Donald Trump on January 6th as I was at the street department lady.
Oh, my God.
When they got a hold of her and she had been watching Booze and Buddies or something, and she's like, I didn't look out my window.
I didn't know it was
that bad. It's like, oh, my God. Terrible.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you can have, like, Tucker it's 2 lanes, and now it's 1 lane, and now it's 2 lanes, and now it's 1 lane. And, like, you got people merging at the last second. You've got people that don't follow the traffic signals anyway.
Yeah.
And now you're eliminating lanes immediately out of nowhere with no warning.
Yeah.
I mean, like, another pass of those trucks would have been real nice.
And it's not like downtown has that many busy streets.
No, there's like
these are
3
the 2 main ones or 3 main ones.
Market,
Right.
Tucker.
Fred, what'd you think of the 100th anniversary?
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. I was thrilled with every aspect of it.
I agree.
And it was so deserving of this station that we did that, and every show, every hour was just a gem.
Totally agree.
And I re-listened to it when it played again on Christmas Eve, and it was just as good. It held up. Great stories.
Yeah.
The station has such a legacy, and with everyone here now, it's got such a great future.
Well, and let's not forget, Beth and Fred produced the entire day. And made
Beth
the whole
and
thing
Fred
happen.
and Steve, like, because Fred, you were in on it. Like, it was kind of 11th hour. Like, let's just blow the whole thing up. Let's just not even do anything. And it like Shakespeare in Love, like it just comes together at the last minute somehow. So
yeah, and it's just a testament to how great all the workers are here at this station.
yeah, everyone did their job.
Yep.
And then having the OGs on, I was especially happy to see like Wendy Weiss and those kind of people being so excited to be here.
Yeah,
That was
Randy
nice.
Carricker,
Yeah.
John Carney.
Yeah.
They were all just thrilled to take part in this.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thanks for telling us your story.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good luck.
I'll be back after the next snowstorm.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house? On the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing. 314-645-1387. You might need one of 2 things. Solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Big game, big screen, big energy at Ballpark Village, Sunday, February 8th. Enjoy the big game like you're in the end zone, featuring in-arena touchdown celebrations, fan cams, contest VIP packages, and more, hosted by RDJ and DJ Dex. Save up to $10 on tickets with code KMOX. Tickets and event details at STLBallparkVillage.com/events. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
If you're trying to sell your home, there's only one group of agents in town I trust, Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. My friends Mark and Neil have the best system, options, and strategies to connect you to the best qualified buyers, getting your home sold fast and for top dollar. Check out thegelmanteam.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler for the FanDuel Sportsbook, which is the official sportsbook of KMOX, my official sportsbook as well. And this is it, man. Last call for the NFL on FanDuel for the year. So there's one final Sunday, one more kickoff. It'll be the Seahawks and the Patriots going at it in the Super Bowl. It's your final chance to get in on some NFL action before the league closes its tab for the year. And, of course, this is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel's making sure that you're in on it. So if you're a new customer, if you want to go sign up now, you sign up. You make an initial deposit of at least $5, and you'll see why in a second. And then you make your first bet and make that a $5 bet. You bet that $5, you get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So it doesn't matter if you're backing the favorite. Doesn't matter if you want to ride with the underdog or if you want to build a parlay. It's going to count no matter what. And, of course, after the Super Bowl, the season's over and football's officially done for the calendar year. So you're going to want to get in on it while you can. So last call for football on FanDuel. You can find out more by going to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get yourself started. Remember, must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Thank you, St. Louis, for making Genesis of St. Charles your most trusted and #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2026. We know your time is valuable. That's why every purchase comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis Service Valet. Plus, this month only, sign and drive a new Genesis with only your first payment due at signing. And leases start as low as $319 a month. That's right, $319 a month with only your first payment due at signing. We'll bring the test drive to you. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2025. Unapproved credit. See dealer for details. Offer ends 1/31/26.
Welcome back, DGS. Willis, you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this and pull this up. And I wanted to send it to you guys so you could see it, but I forgot to do that last night. But yeah, there's video of the Alex Peretti incident that is from a different angle. It's actually from inside the car that you can see in the across the street video.
Yeah.
And what you can see in that, it's a 10-second video. You can see the agent. I don't remember if it's ICE or Border Patrol, but whichever one. He basically charges across the street at these two women and shoves them both to the ground. And that's when Peretti kind of stands in between, and that's where you see the other video kick in. But the point is that there was no need for that physical confrontation. The women and Peretti were across the street from where this agent was, and he charged across the street to confront those two women and knocked both of them to the ground.
Yeah.
Where was the need for a physical confrontation if they're across the street from you? They're not impeding you.
Yeah.
They're not interfering with you. They might have been heckling you. I have no idea. They might have been calling you names, whatever. But that alone should be cause for assault charges. That alone should get you fired. Forgetting what followed that, and we can't forget that either because it's the more serious part, but what are you doing seeking out the physical fight?
Yeah, Brad Young's going to be here at 2:30 to give us his view of it and a legal analysis of it. Donald Trump is no dummy, and he has seen the videos, and he knows what's up. He knows what happened. He knows how bad Noam and Bovino screwed the pooch. So now it's going to be interesting. All he's saying is, I'm going to personally watch over the investigation. Okay. Well, the good thing about that is at least he's taking on responsibility for it. And now, okay, well, if you're in charge, you're in charge. You let us know when you want to admit the truth that this was a murder. I'm not going to go as far as an execution because it wasn't like he was charged with something. They took him into the street. They shot him in the back of the head. That's an execution. This is a wrongful shooting. What are the names of these guys who did the shooting? Why aren't they in custody? Why didn't Minnesota arrest them?
I don't even know what their face looks like.
Yeah. Why were they immediately spirited out of town?
You know, another thing I've been
this is the part this is why you can't have unnamed masked agents doing things, because then there's no accountability when they do something terrible.
Yeah, one thing I've been thinking about, and I don't know that it's like a conspiracy, okay? But think about in our age in 2026, how many things are discouraging us from thinking? Google?
Yeah.
Don't have to think about anything anymore?
Nope, just
AI?
Yep.
Don't have to think about anything anymore? No need to ever research or write another paper in your life? The government? You didn't see what you thought you saw. No need to think about it. Just,
trust me, bro.
Just comply.
Isn't a lot of the world trust me, bro, right now?
Yeah.
Like, trust me, bro.
And I just am afraid. Okay, I've only been on TikTok 2 years. It has affected my brain. There's no doubt about it. I can no longer read a book. My attention span, which already suffered from ADHD and OCD and everything I got, is worse. That's 2 years. How long do you think it would take for the human race, let's just say America, just to narrow it down, to lose 20-30% of our ability to just think? I don't think it would take that long. And I don't see anything that's making us think more. Seems like it's sort of like Wall-E, where they're all floating around and fat and drinking smoothies, It's just like so many things today it seems to me, are just encouraging us not to use our own brains.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't care who it was in the White House, the guy I voted for, the guy I didn't. I wouldn't care. I just think it's dangerous when we stop thinking for ourselves. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously what is being done in this way is working. Because there are people that will defend anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything. Although, again, online, you can never be sure unless you know the person, right? Unless it's an actual, public person. You can't be sure that it is actually a real person. It could be a bot that's just trying to engagement farm and also just stir the pot.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the Tracy Morgan thing?
No.
Very interesting story. And I guess it's all on video, so you can see it happen yourself. So Tracy Morgan is somewhere in public, and a guy comes up to him and asks him for money and if he can buy him some food. And Tracy's kind of uncomfortable, and then Tracy recognizes him as an individual who bullied him in previous years when they were younger. And Tracy basically says, you can go F yourself. I remember what you did to me. I remember what you said to me. This is none of my problem. Get the hell out of here. And it's, of course, people have an opinion because everyone has an opinion on everything, but it's divided like, oh my gosh, this you missed an opportunity. This is what healing is about. This is what forgiveness is about. Come full circle. Buy this guy a meal. And other people are like, yeah, screw this guy. This is consequences of your actions.
I don't agree with either of those things. Maybe he missed an opportunity to show some empathy. The problem is you can't expect people to show empathy. That's not what empathy is. That's a choice you make, right? So if it's like, you didn't show empathy, so you're wrong. It's like, well, that kind of takes away what makes empathy special. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It has to be a decision you're making for yourself, not because you feel a social pressure to do it. And I also don't think, screw this guy. I mean, he's unhoused. I do wish Tracy maybe would have helped him out, but if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. I don't know, just this whole thing of like, you weren't kind. Like, yeah, you know what? That sucks, but that's his choice if he wants to be kind or not. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of the way it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, though, everything is in the details. Was it just like he was mean a couple times? Or was this a constant pattern of behavior? Were you
Like real
belittling?
abuse.
Were you stealing his lunch money? Were you beating his ass outside of school? Like, I mean, the level of response from the person who was victimized in the past is probably logically proportionate to the level of offense. If it was just a one-time thing, I doubt that'd be the response because you wouldn't even remember it.
Right. That's a good point.
You know, if it's somebody who you haven't seen in years, and this guy's clearly, I mean, Tracy Morgan's what? Mid-50s?
It's got to be.
It's got to be about my age. So this other guy's about that same. If you haven't seen some guy in a long time and you still recognize him, probably a chance that whatever went down was very memorable for some reason. And I'm not saying you should hold the grudge, but I understand if you do, and other people telling you not to should shut up.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like there are so many things going on in the world. I am very sorry to this person that they weren't able to receive the help from specifically Tracy Morgan at that specific period of time. But like, guys, why would we even argue about this? Just form your opinion of Tracy's decision and move on with your day. But like to form a brigade and like, we're going to bully you into showing grace, as J-Dub is saying on the stream. Like, no, I just don't think it works like that.
Speaking of abuse, have you seen the story about Russian soldiers? There's video of this. It's horrific. That Russian soldiers who, what's the word? Not defect, but when you go AWOL, and they catch them, they are stripping them naked and taping them to poles in the freezing winter and then force feeding them snow for like days just to torture them. That's happening in 2026. That's happening right now. Is it crazy?
And there are
We're
people,
a strange animal, dude.
Yeah, and then there are people here that are like, hey, they're just claiming what's theirs. Like, no, they're murdering people and stealing what is not theirs.
It is nuts.
But yet, we live in a world where, again, it's hard to distinguish between bots and real people, but there are real people that say those things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how much the Ukraine struggle has just been kind of forgotten, or it just doesn't get mentioned much these days.
Well, we got our own crap now.
You know, we talk a lot about, oh, this is just a psyop, so people don't talk about the Epstein files. Psyops work. People aren't talking about the Epstein files, right?
For now.
For now.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom. Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpracticed your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, DC. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, sunny skies, 29 downtown at the Arch. Good afternoon. I'm Scott Jagow. Our top stories this hour. A federal judge in Minnesota says the Trump administration has failed to comply with orders to hold hearings for detained immigrants. The judge has ordered the head of ICE to appear before him Friday in person to explain why he shouldn't be held in contempt. The president is headed to Iowa. He'll be speaking on the issue of inflation and affordability as all this situation is evolving in Minnesota. Meanwhile, in Arizona, authorities say one person is in critical condition after a Border Patrol shooting. It happened about 10 miles from the border today in Arivaca. We are awaiting further details on that. At least 35 deaths have been reported in states that are dealing with dangerously cold temperatures.
3 brothers between the ages of 6 and 9 are dead after falling through a pond in North Texas. And in Nashville, this couple is at home with no heat.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah.
There's no option, really. We're just cold.
In Mississippi, the problem is the ice.
This is insane. It's never been this bad here, I don't think.
One person died in Ohio after being run over by a snowplow, and another was killed the same way in Massachusetts. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Now that the snow is melting, you'll have to be on the lookout for potholes here in St. Louis.
Freezing and thawing, snow plows and chemicals can degrade the roadway. Lindsay Hermes, the new CEO of Washington, Missouri-based Biospan Technologies, says her company makes soy-based products that penetrate pavement and prevent damage.
Because when you have oxidized asphalt or brittle concrete, it's kind of like dry skin, and so our products restore the polymers and oils that give the roads elasticity that they need in order to expand and contract with these temperature swings without cracking.
Hermes says even a powdery snow like we got over the weekend can penetrate micro cracks in roadways and contribute to breakdown. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
This storm has affected blood donations, too.
The local chapter of the Red Cross tells KMOX the recent winter storm forced them to cancel 40 regional blood drives and leave 1,000 donations of platelets and blood uncollected. The national blood supply remains critically low, with 450 drives canceled and more expected. If it is safe to do so, the Red Cross is encouraging donors to help. Beth Coughlin, KMOX News.
St. Louis police are trying to determine what led to the shooting death of a 22-year-old man inside 8th Street restaurant in Soulard. That's where the board game restaurant Pieces used to be. Police responded around 1 o'clock Monday and found Christopher Fry Pleasant suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Here's your weather forecast.
Plenty of sunshine out there this afternoon, and though we are a little bit warmer, 31 for the high with a southerly flow, the cold flow is not done yet. Tonight, 0. Wednesday, sunny and 29. We are ahead of another Arctic cold front. Thursday, clouds, some sun, very cold day Thursday, 20. Friday, partly sunny, a high of 15. Sunny and cold all weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Right now, it is 31 in St. Peters. We have 28 degrees in Florissant, 30 downtown at the Arch. I'm Scott Jagow, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up. Most home projects, you're like, got this. But rewiring a hot main or putting 120 amps to an outlet, you're like, nope, not this. Smart. Calling Jerry Kelly? Smarter. Getting them to perform an electrical safety check before work's needed? That's wisdom.
JerryKelly.com. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. We have our good friend Lauren Ponder in, the death doula, and her friend Kelly, and it's going to be really interesting. I mean, more interesting than it usually is already. As you guys know, if you listen to the show all the time, that for the past 18 months, I've been doing No One Dies Alone at Bethesda, where I said vigil with people on their deathbeds. It sounds so dramatic, but I mean, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
And but before that, I knew Lauren, and I was mesmerized by her because I'm like, who the hell sits with dead, dying people?
Yeah.
Like, that's an insane thing to do. And then a year or two later, I'm doing it myself. How are things in general?
Things in general are great. Thank you for asking. Business is steady. People are talking more and more, but I'm here because I want even more people to talk about death and dying with me.
Do you think we're on the cutting edge of something that in 20, 25, 30 years will just be expected?
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Even practicing like with young people and kids, like I think my kids are going to be way above and beyond like any conversations I had with my parents at this age. We just need to practice at it. And, we need more people just open to the conversation. And in the future, this is going to be something that I hope is just a normal part of our culture again, because we've really lost that with modern
I was going to say that too when you said again, because we kind of did this.
We did. Yes, we did.
Before we had hospitals to go to.
Absolutely. We took care of our dead at home. We died at home. We had funerals at home. We did the entire death ritual. And there's definitely areas of the world where that still happens quite frequently. But in America specifically, and in the modern capital,
we kind of
America,
sanitized it.
We have definitely pushed it at arm's length. We know less and less about it. And we don't want to know. We think we don't want to know what's happening, but I actually think we do want to know what's happening.
Seeing people dying has been one of the biggest changes in my life for the positive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary because you're like, oh, this is it.
Wait, right.
But seeing it happen and realizing, because of course it's a natural part of it, every single person dies, but seeing how, and of course some deaths are a little more dramatic than others.
Exactly.
But so far for me, I'm thankful. It's been very peaceful.
Right.
Kelly, you're going to jump in there.
Well, I was just going to say how you wanted to bring it back and bring it into the conversation. With our children, we have so many conversations about how babies are born, and we know that talking about sex doesn't make you pregnant, and I think we're not told of how life ends. And so with that death positivity, it's talking about death is not going to make you die. And I think it's just as important to have those conversations of how the human life course is like. And I think, and it's scary too, on top of it. It's not a exciting thing to learn about as well. So to top that off, it's a big, heavy, scary topic too.
And one thing that I have realized is that your body knows how to die.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does.
Like right now, I'm not thinking about breathing. I'm not thinking about moving
Right.
my hand. It's just
Yeah.
subconscious. It's part of my machine.
Right.
And when it comes time for that, it feels like the same thing happens. Your body
Right.
just takes over.
It does. And if we were given a little more awareness just in our general knowledge, I think that takes the scary out of that. Is people don't know what to expect when that dying process happens, and that's when people have panic and want, like, is my person okay? What's happening? Like, tell me how to make this better. And everybody in the room could have a little education on this is normal. We
Yeah.
make them comfortable. This is how we make them comfortable. Their body knows when to let go, and sometimes it helps just to say, hey, it's okay to let go. We're all good here.
Wow, this is heavy.
It is.
Kelly, what am I showing the audience right now? This phone on a piece of wood.
So yes, that is our last call wind phone, and sometimes they're also called telephone of the wind.
Okay.
So it is like a symbolic way that people who are grieving can make a phone call and talk to their friends and their loved ones that are no longer with us.
So symbolic.
Symbolically.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. You can
I
flip
didn't
it
want to
around.
pick this up in here.
Dave,
David!
dial up the number, Dave.
Yeah.
And so these are like at mausoleums and graves and such?
Where was the first one? Yeah, you have a...
Yeah, just a little bit of background. I do know that it kind of began in Japan.
Yeah.
And after there was a tsunami and there was a phone booth that had kind of remained standing, and it became this point where people were traveling to, and it became this organic, natural place and outlet for grief. People
cool.
pick up the phone and make a call. I saw a wonderful story about it on CBS Sunday Morning about a telephone of the wind in Olympia, Washington, just in a park, on a tree, hidden around, and saw that. And I said, hey, family, I know where we're going on spring break. And so we made a trip up there, and it was just exhilarating and emotional and beautiful. I use the word brutal a lot, where it's painful, but there was so much beauty in this, and thought this needs to be, this type of opportunity would be wonderful to have everywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
and
cool.
so that's where it's like, how do we bring it to Missouri? What's it like? So that's kind of how it all began.
Because you know, Missouri's so open-minded.
Right,
Yes.
right. And
We
what do you have
just
to
accept
do?
anything. Yeah.
And is it like, do you just put up a phone? How does that kind of go? And then from there, what I really did is life kind of comes together and overcrosses, and that's where I connected with Lauren through the Last Call Festival that she's done on a yearly basis. And in 2023, I became an Odd Fellow, which is a fraternal organization. And with that, we were also putting a telephone in the wind in our cemetery located in Washington, Missouri. And so we began by debuting the first telephone of the wind kind of in the area at the Last Call Festival.
Yeah.
And so that's how, and it, as we have this name, Last Call, and we're sitting there holding a phone with that, it's like, what a beautiful symbolism of what Last Call Ventures is when we are trying to be this community education force about death that doesn't make it scary.
What do you guys think? There's now evidently technology. I've seen like the QR codes on tombstones where you can hit it and it's like, this was Dave Glover and here's what he looked like and here's him saying hello. But now they have AI versions of people.
Yes.
That if Lauren passes away, I can go to her grave and I can have a live conversation
Right.
with AI Lauren. What do you guys
Yeah.
think of that?
I think there's probably no stopping it.
Yeah. That's like it's.
I don't know
the
if I
scary
love
part.
it.
It's a good take.
You know,
Yeah.
I like
It's happening. I mean, that's
it's
what people.
happening.
Yeah, that's
it's
what people
totally
are
happening, and that's going to be more. I mean, some people have predicted in the funeral industry that like instead of going to a cemetery, you're going to go to a park where there's this like QR code with the AI person there, and you have these conversations. I think it's so interesting, and I think it just doesn't replace the authentic real. So everybody needs to grieve in their own ways. If that helps somebody with grieving, great. But there is a mix of like holding on and letting go.
For sure.
And I do fear a little it that it's maybe a little too
Well, I mean, you have
holding
people-
on?
and
I don't
it's-
know.
it's not-
Personal
Well,
opinion.
even now, I think just taking the place of the social connections,
Right.
You know, so it's like not only can you worry about people having issues with grief, there's people that maybe aren't having relationships with people in real
Right,
life because of
because-
these type of
because they're-
connections. So
yeah.
I think overall, that's a really, really big one that it's very hard to touch
But
and
I
go
see
for.
it's totally happening. Even the snapshot pictures that you can then turn into this like little mini video,
Yeah.
and it is fascinating,
Yeah.
And
totally
emotional.
and emotional. But what's the end goal there? What are we trying to get out of it? You know what I mean? And how far does it go?
And Last Call wants to create spaces to talk about those
Yes,
things. Because
exactly,
that's
yeah.
the one thing. So it's not happening in a silo. Let's have these death festivals and these conversations so that we could say, hey, there's this AI thing, so that there's not any shame about it, and we can continue connecting as a community with each other about death.
We're here talking to Lauren Ponder and Kelly Tecklenburg. You guys have Dying to Know Trivia Night coming up Friday, April 17th.
Yes,
That's
we
cool.
do.
Yes.
It's going to be a super awesome trivia night. Your typical trivia night with games and prizes and fun. Tables of 6 for $75, really reasonable.
Wow,
So
that's super cheap.
I know, yeah. We just want people to gather, bring your food, bring your drinks, and maybe learn a little bit, have fun, and talk about death and dying. It is around National Healthcare Directive Day. We will have notaries on site. You can get those paperwork completed free of charge at the event. You can come socialize and meet people, and we're going to have really fun categories. So, mythology and the afterlife, death and history,
Killer soundtracks.
So, it's not. It is a death positive event, as we like to keep with. So it's going to be fun and light and a nice open space.
Kelly, tell my audience about Swedish death cleaning.
Oh, yes. We were talking earlier sometimes that what a blessing and privilege, you sit with folks at the end of life. And I've kind of found that, hey, how do I get in these doors a little bit earlier and have these conversations about death? And so I work as also a Swedish death cleaner. So I work for a company, SOS Moves You. And what we do is we help folks that are 55 and older downsize, pack, move, unpack, and help with this really big life transition. And specifically kind of where I come in is that I know that this is more than just pack, donate, give away, that this is their life story, and that it's an opportunity to do life reviews, to think about what to do with these things going forward, and to also bring the family in to say, what are we going to do with these things, and how do we make these plans? And the Swedish death cleaning, the main point of that is to reduce all the clutter that you currently have in life so you can appreciate the life that you have in front of you, and that there's also less for people to clean up after you're gone.
Yeah, a couple things. The people I grew up next door to as a kid were salt of the earth, wonderful people. And the wife died first, and the guy was retired, and he was a big cog at Shell Oil. He was the greatest guy ever, very successful, saved a lot of money, but he turned into a hoarder. And because he had never been on his own. His wife had taken care of him for 50, 60 years. And when their family finally got in there, they saw, oh my God, he's been living in this terrible way. So that's one thing.
Right.
And then my mom, I don't think it was like she knew she was dying or anything. I think it was just she was a very practical person. But about 5 years before she died, every time we visited, it was, you should take this with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I want you to have this.
Yeah.
You should give this to Nick. You should give this to
And
Phoebe.
take it. Anytime anybody offers it, just take it.
At
Just
first,
take
we're
it.
like, no,
Just take
Mom,
it.
you're going
Right.
to be here for a long time. Then you're like, this is what she wants.
Right.
This is what she wants.
Right.
And it's a true gift, and take an opportunity to maybe hear one more story about what this was or how this went,
Yeah.
because it is a pure delight of just learning extraordinary stories about ordinary things.
Let me tell you something. About a year before she died, my mom started telling me all of her stories, half of which I wish she would have kept to herself. Right? It's just
Oh,
like,
those are my
I didn't need to
favorite.
know that one.
Yeah.
One more time, how do people get involved in the trivia night?
Yeah, you can visit lastcallendoflifefestival.com. We have a page there for the trivia night on April 17th.
Very cool.
Dying to know.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
One of the most beautiful songs written.
It's
I
really
just love
nice.
this song. A dog was allegedly caught driving a vehicle on an Australian beach with a human in the passenger seat.
That's impressive.
Do you know my story about this, Wheels? On the lives of my kids, this happened. Scott Bright, my best friend, I was his best man, and we were going to the Cardinals game as a part of his bachelor party. And they came by and they got me. And Rachel knew exactly where this was. I was pulling out from Wagon Wheel Road onto 111, took a left. We're heading to the ball game. And as soon as we got straight, here came like a big moving truck with a human in the passenger seat and a golden retriever, not just a dog, a golden retriever sitting in the driver's seat. And I said, did you guys see that? And a couple guys in the back were like, the dog was driving. No explanation. That just happened in my life.
Yeah, somebody had to be pushing the gas pedal for him, though.
What
Even
if
if
the
he's a
dog
big
had
boy.
really long back legs?
This one's for you, Rach. A cat that escaped from its owner's camper in Spain 5 months ago just showed up less than a mile from their home in France. He apparently walked 155 miles to get home.
What a sweetheart.
How the hell did he know?
They're amazing.
It's kind of creepy.
I like to think Lucy would do that, but there is no way. There is no way. She'd be like, well, I guess I live in Spain now.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy who? I don't remember
Like,
that.
I'm going to learn Spanish.
She'd bamboozle someone
Yeah.
and be well taken care of. A museum of personal failure just opened.
Oh. I'm filling up all of my exhibits right now. I've got them ready-made.
I'd be the size of Veterans Memorial. You kidding me? Featured items include a dead plant, a divorced woman's wedding dress, and a whole wall of rejected job applications.
Wait, is this the Museum of Failure?
Yes.
We had somebody on about this.
Did we?
When it was in its early planning stages, like a couple of years ago.
Let's get them back on again.
Yeah.
Now they're finally open. Princess Alexandra of Bavaria, who lived in the 19th century, believed she had swallowed a glass piano as a child and moved through her life carefully so she would avoid shattering it. Until her dying day, she maintained that she had swallowed a glass piano.
A little one?
I guess.
How is that not going to screw up your insides pretty bad?
Yeah. I'm just going to go out on a limb and bet that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But in the olden days, people believed nonsense.
Here's one for H who hates the theories.
Oh, yeah.
A psychological phenomenon called the pratfall effect says that if someone finds you attractive, doing something embarrassing, especially physically, makes you more attractive to them.
Okay. And this is based on what?
Does it just like make it like, okay, not only are you pretty, but you're also funny?
Yeah,
or
you're approachable.
You're not like Mr. Perfect or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that could be the approachable thing I can see.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You're down to earth.
Where like, like you're like, I might go talk to that person and you're like, they're out of my league. And then you see something like that, they're in my league. They just fell on their face.
Yeah.
I got to work on being more approachable. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that coat of yours. Sexy cowboy coat. I'm just going out to ride the back 40.
I didn't realize that it was, but then I Googled like cowboy coat when you said that. And it's like everyone on the show Yellowstone has this exact thing that they're wearing.
That's a Brokeback coat.
It's a Brokeback coat.
Well, I mean,
I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
look, both of those,
Beautiful
you just
story.
broke Wheeler.
Both of those men in that movie are very good looking, and they look great in the coats. And they each thought the other one looked great in the coat.
Clearly.
Wait.
They liked each other's coats.
Oh, is that what that movie is?
Yes.
Oh, I never saw
It's a coat. It's a coat movie.
It's a coat. It's a coat. It's a tale of two coats.
Yeah. It's about putting on, mostly taking off the coats.
See, this is the difference between me and Andrew.
Yep,
I like to take a house of cards and make it sway.
Yeah.
So people are like, I don't know where this is going to go.
I like to shot put a frying pan at the House of Cards.
Yes, you
as
do.
hard as I can.
Oh, man.
Where the Wild Things Are was originally going to be called Where the Wild Horses Are, but Maurice Sendak, the author, realized he couldn't draw horses.
Oh, well, I mean, there you go.
He just drew things.
He just drew things.
Those were all his attempts at
Those were
horses.
his tries at horses.
We're going to go a little more broad. We're going to go from horse to things.
Isn't that like the greatest happy accident ever? He's like, honey, I can't draw horses. I'm going to draw this beast. And now it's like a children's classic.
His wife was like, this will never work. She didn't believe in him.
A scientist in Antarctica tried to murder one of his coworkers because he kept spoiling the ends of books.
That's really funny. I have watched some TikToks of people who are who live in those Arctic research stations.
It's crazy.
And that's pretty much all they have is like a couple of bookshelves of books. And then every time somebody shows up, you're supposed to bring like a bunch of books and DVDs and stuff that they don't already have. I would get pretty upset if I had all that spoiled too.
A study found grandparents who babysit their grandkids often tend to be much more mentally sharp than grandparents who don't.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta gauge your brain.
You're engaging.
My parents taking care of my niece and nephew all the time, and yeah, their brains are on.
According to a new survey of Gen Z adults, 10% say they have asked AI to help diagnose an STI or an STD, and it has misdiagnosed it 30% of the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't you need to go to like the clinic and they like swab something? How is AI going to do that?
So I hear.
How is AI going to know what's going on?
Ooh, this is exciting to me. My very first concert ever was at the Old Glory Amphitheater at Six Flags, and it was the Commodores, which was amazing. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire going on tour together this summer.
Fun.
I would go like to Chicago to see that. I'd love that. I'd love both those artists. Travis Kelce has pulled out of the Pro Bowl. Think that foreshadows anything, Wheels?
Maybe he's not coming back, doesn't want to play one more game and get hurt?
It could be, but they don't really play a game anymore. It's like flag football and stuff.
It is ridiculous.
The Pro Bowl is the dumbest thing in the world. I mean, I didn't even click on it because I don't care. But you saw that, like, Shadur Sanders is going. He didn't play much or well.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to play in the game or just part of the festivities or whatever, but that's how stupid it is. A guy with 7 touchdown passes gets to do something at the Pro Bowl.
Can I share how petty and small I am?
Sure.
So this weekend, Travis Kelce's mom and Taylor Swift's mom were seen hanging out at the Sundance Film Festival.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, why were you guys there?
Why were they at Sundance?
What were you doing? What's going on?
Planning a wedding.
I guess, but it's just like the whole thing is like, oh, we need our privacy. No, you guys are going to the film festival and posing for photos together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am petty. It's none of my business.
You know who needs to go to Sundance?
It just makes me roll my eyes a bit.
Andrew in that coat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what, though? I would fit right in because it's in Utah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In Park City.
Why do you think I said it?
I don't know.
Back to the Brokeback Mountain thing?
Yeah. That maybe you thought I would go on a date with the coat.
Let me tell you guys about the Gelman team, and I'm just going to say this. I know what it looks like outside, and the last thing you're thinking about is putting your house up for sale. But this is going to be gone in a couple of weeks, and then before you know it, Dave Murray is going to be doing the spring forecast. And I have learned the hard way that if you're going to buy or sell a house, if you're going to sell a house, there's work to be done, right? And the Gelmans will come to your home if you invite them, and they'll go through, and they're not going to be mean. It's not like, oh, what a dump. You're going to have to put 30, 50 grand into this. They're very nice gentlemen. They're going to take you right where you are. They'll give you a punch list of, hey, if you spent $8 grand painting, we think you can get another 20 grand out of it, just the way the house is going to show. They're experts at that. They have great resources, great agents. They are masterful negotiators. If you want to find out what we think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com and put in your address. That's all you have to do. If you want to talk to one of the guys, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
This is it, the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, and the final chance to place your bets before the NFL season comes to an end. Super Bowl 60. And FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, going with the underdog, you're building one last same-game parlay, this is the time to make it count, because after the Super Bowl, the season is over and football is officially done. So last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. FanDuel.com/Missouri and get started now. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Checking in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Sunny skies and breezy, but those winds are from the south, so we're not as cold, but the ice pack obviously keeping us quite cold. 31 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear, down to 0 because the northwest flow takes over tonight. Wednesday, sunny skies. We get ahead of another Arctic cold front, 29 on Wednesday. Wednesday night down to 9. Thursday, it's all about the northwest flow, and it is cold on Thursday. Clouds, little sun, 20 for the high. On Friday, partly sunny, the high only 15. Sunny and cold right through the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER. For 100 years, KMOX has been the voice of St. Louis, informing, entertaining, and connecting our community. Now, relive a century of service at KMOX100.com, a website that allows you to explore classic KMOX audio, rare photos and video, and the legendary voices that shaped St. Louis. Every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat lives on at KMOX100.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's men's Billikens basketball action tonight as they take on George Washington. Pre-game 6:45, tip at 7 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
Looking back, DGS 233. So what do you guys make of the whole Kanye thing? Kanye has once again apologized for his anti-Semitic behavior, blaming it on bipolar disorder and a brain injury, and dedicated to treatment and meaningful change. Here's my thing. He's a human being. All human beings screw up. Usually not as bad as Kanye West, but we've all been there. I've certainly left my bruises. I depend on forgiveness in my life to continue. He doesn't need my forgiveness, but he has it. He has my support, but it sort of sickens me a little. I know he's a public figure, but like, just do it. You don't got to tell me. Just do it. Go to therapy. Stop saying bad stuff about Jews. Stop praising Hitler, and your life will get better.
I think the idea of putting out the statement, I mean, I'm with you, but I think the idea of putting out the statement is that there are a lot of people who, even if he was quietly working on bettering himself without saying anything, would just never give him the time of day again, right? Even if he's working to become a better person, he would like people to know it so that he can, go back to being successful and normal. I
guess it's the difference between being St. Louis famous and internationally famous. Like, I just wouldn't think that anyone would care that much, or that it's their business, or even my business, to make it your business.
I hear you. However, if it was like a situation between you and I, Dave, and I had like hurt you really badly, wouldn't you want me to say sorry in addition to the changed behavior? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you mean to me or publicly?
To you.
Yeah, sure.
And
but like, he can't go to every person he hurt. He's hurt so many people with his rhetoric. He hurt all of his fans. He hurt me. I mean, that sucked.
It was an apology, I think, to his fans, and then also like the Jewish and black communities.
Yeah.
Who I think he hurt very badly by his, support of, racist and anti-Semitic policies and people. And he hurt those communities very badly. And so I think this was sort of that attempt to be like, and you know what? You can take kind of a cynical eye and look at it as Rachel pointed out on the sheet. He does have an album coming up soon, so you can take kind of a more cynical eye and be well, he just wants to whatever. But I've been a fan of his for most of my life. I'm willing to support him and have his back if he It's not unlike, having an addict in your life or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, look, I'm willing, I got your back. I'm willing to support you, but you have to, you got to keep up your end of this bargain too. You got to, no more Nazi stuff, no more.
Someone disappointed me today for the first time in our relationship.
Was it Wendy's?
Close. I picked Rach up, drive her in. She offered to go by QT and buy me lunch. We did. I went to get my soda. Every soda machine was broken.
That is the worst feeling.
It just peed out clear water.
Yeah.
But the good news is I've been going to QT for 10, 15 years, and they've disappointed me once. That's pretty damn good.
That's a good ratio.
That's a good record.
But boy, does that hurt.
It did.
Boy, is that crushing.
Yeah.
That's a day ruiner.
Thanks for the hot dog, Rach.
I'm impressed you're
No
still
worries.
here. I'm impressed you didn't just turn around and go home.
I thought about it, but I owed it to Rach to bring her to work. So, Rach, talk about the mushroom that gives everyone the same hallucination.
Okay, I feel like you've talked about this on the show before, Dave. It's a special mushroom, right? That whenever you take it, everyone sees these little elves running around all over the place. Yeah, I found that very fascinating. I've heard of the clockwork elves before. I'm not prone to believing that the clockwork elves control reality or whatever the theory is. But it is quite strange that there's a fungus out there that it's you're going to see these little guys, whether or not they actually exist. They come out of the fungus. They come out of the mushroom.
Evidently, you see them building reality. These little elves, and they did an experiment where they had a dozen people taking mushrooms at the same time or DMT, whatever. I forget what drug it was. But live, they were all saying, yeah, the blue one's in charge. And they were like, oh, yeah. Just really weird.
I don't care for that.
Yeah.
Don't
Doesn't
care
make
for
me
that one
super
bit.
happy. Because there's something I wanted you to talk about. Oh, it was the Candace Buckner.
I thought this is an interesting story because, in as a sports guy, when we talk about dudes, we're talking NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. We just talk about players and we just talk about characteristics, right? So this player needs to add weight. This player needs to lose weight. Boy, man, if he would just be in better shape, he'd be so much better player. And Candace Buckner of the Washington Post wrote a story about a WNBA player and asked that question because what she's known for is being really big. She's stocky and tall, but she's her size is her strength. And it's part of what makes her great. And Candace Buckner's just asking the question, which I think is interesting, is should we talk about athletes' bodies? And now it's never come up. I don't know that question's been raised about guys before. Think about what the NFL Combine is.
Oh my God.
It's guys in their underwear running sprints, right? And and there we talk about it. He's got short arms. He's a little too light in the ass. This guy's, it's very clinical and very simple and very straightforward. It's not about anybody's feelings. And the question that Candace Buckner is raising, and the one I'm asking is, should it be that way across the board? Should we not do that at all? Or should it just be two different standards? The way we talk about guys would probably get people in trouble if they talked about the women like that. But but I don't cover women's sports directly, so I don't know if maybe that happens anyway.
So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these commercials for Dove. They contribute to something called the Dove Self-Esteem Project.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically deals with the fact that so many young girls end up dropping out of sports way earlier than their male counterparts do. And apparently this is because of the fact that we're commenting on their bodies in this way. It's really discouraging to girls to hear, you don't have the right body type to be a gymnast or blah, blah, blah. And it causes them to drop out by fourth grade or something, just at higher rates. So looking at it as far as fairness and yes, yeah, I do feel like you should be able to make those comments to everyone. However, there does seem to be so much more of a social pressure to look a certain way for women than there is for men. And when you tie that up with athleticism, it ends up discouraging them from going forward.
I can't back this up with anything, but as a guy and a former athlete, although I did bet 1,000 last summer, so I should give myself more credit. I don't see anything wrong with the double standard. I wouldn't hesitate to say, he'd be a much more effective defensive end if he had 50 more pounds on him. But I would feel very uncomfortable saying, boy, the reason she's so good at lacrosse is because she's so beefy. But I know double standards are usually a bad thing, but I don't feel bad about this.
And it's why I'm asking, because I think it's an interesting point that because women's sports have never gotten the coverage that they do now. So with coverage is where those conversations come from. Right? If it's something that's not getting coverage, it's not that conversation's just not happening on a broad scale.
There's no controversy.
And I think Rach brings up an interesting point because the peak level of performance for a lot of female athletes is actually in their teens and in their early 20s. Where for men, it's kind of considered 27, 28, 29 is kind of like your mid to late 20s is your peak of the combination of physical and mental capability. But bring up a gymnast, you're washed up at 22.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, I know there are exceptions, but for the most part, when you think about things like figure skating and other sports that have been where women have basically the same level of attention as men, they're much younger. And I see what Rach is saying there. That's a pretty difficult thing to deal with when you're 10 and somebody's telling you this. Nobody's telling a 10-year-old boy that directly. You don't have the body for baseball.
Yeah. A couple good points. Mr. Bet on You says they talked about Serena Williams' body all the time. Very true.
But never in a critical way that I remember. Maybe it was, but because she was so strong and dominant, people weren't like, she needs to lose weight.
And then
you might say that about a male athlete.
Dave Hines, who is an actor in L.A., says there are certain activities that open you up to scrutiny when you reach a certain level. Happens to actors, singers, and definitely athletes. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have we heard like an actress told you need to lose weight, you need to this, you need to that? And I guess maybe it happens for male actors as well. We just don't hear about it as much.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it clearly does. In all kinds of, just as an example, I mean, how many? This is not sport and it's not athletic competition, but how many people can win elections at the highest office if they're 5'5"? I mean, like there is a thing. People are going to mention too short.
Yeah.
Or what? I mean, it may not. And again, you're too short to be president is a really weird thing to say, but it really kind of is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dave Hines brings up a great point as far as like, obviously we shouldn't be doing this with kids. You probably shouldn't be commenting on a 10-year-old boy's body either. Like if he's a little husky and he could stand to lose a little weight, like what's the level we're talking about here? How much difference is it really going to make? You talk about Serena Williams, though. Serena is now much slimmer than she was when she was playing tennis every day, and it's because she's on a GLP-1 and she advertises that. And I just have to wonder, like, about the psychology behind that. Does she feel the need to be taking that and have this new body that she, is flaunting so much? Is that because her body was commented on so much when she was playing and she felt like other and different than some of the other women playing?
It's interesting that's this is why I think this is a great discussion, because it's interesting that view is where you went. And when I see something like that, I see like an NFL offensive lineman who played at 330, but then when they retire, now they're 220 because they don't need all of that. And it's unhealthy for them, and they chose to get into, quote, normal shape for a 6'4" person.
Well, and you bring up an excellent point, Wheels, because having like more weight on you in tennis can help you so much.
Oh, it's power.
So much.
I mean, we joke, this is the line in baseball, the line is mass is gas.
Yeah.
If you're bigger and stronger, you're going to throw harder, you're going to hit the ball harder. I mean, it just is.
And I didn't know that about pitchers. I used to kind of make fun of husky pitchers. And then I realized, like who's my boy down in the farm system? Tink.
Yeah.
That he
gaining weight is the problem.
Just can't gain weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing is like with guys, it's not fat shaming typically, although it happens. I mean, people make fun of Alejandro Kirk from the Toronto Blue Jays, their catcher.
They better not do it in front of me.
Because he's a short, stocky guy. And there were people that have said this, like as he was coming up as a prospect, not sure if he's going to last if he doesn't take care of himself.
Yeah.
If he doesn't keep his body in shape and all that kind of stuff. And we just so freely do it with guys, and it's such a habitual thing for those of us that work in sports. Most people don't bat an eye at it.
Yeah.
But I think there's obviously a separate conversation to have.
Lisa says, my daughter developed an eating disorder because people told her you are a great soccer player because you're built like a fire plug. That sucks.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening at any youth levels.
Yeah.
KMOX, celebrating 100 years. Presented by Purina. Your pet, our passion. Now, a KMOX pioneer.
Few voices in KMOX history created more joy and laughter than Jack Carney. With his sharp wit, creative segments, and effortless storytelling, Carney turned the Jack Carney Show into one of the most beloved programs in St. Louis radio. His daily puns, long-form jokes, and playful exchanges kept listeners in their cars, sometimes long after they'd reached their destination.
This is the Saturday Morning Comedy Show, and I'm Jack Carney. Oh, I feel so good. You ever do that in the morning? Very rarely. Might be the mattress.
My bed has no mattress.
Well, then, no wonder you've got that funny waffle look on your tuchus there. You've been sleeping right on the spring.
Carney's warmth and spontaneity redefined morning radio, proving that great broadcasting could be smart, unpredictable, and irresistibly fun. Jack Carney, a KMOX pioneer.
Big game, big screen, big energy at Ballpark Village, Sunday, February 8th. Enjoy the big game like you're in the end zone, featuring in-arena touchdown celebrations, band cams, contest VIP packages, and more, hosted by RDJ and DJ Dex. Save up to $10 on tickets with code KMOX. Tickets and event details at stlballparkvillage.com/events. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/plan for 20% off. Trustandwill.com/PLAN.
Welcome back, DGS. You know what I miss about being a trial attorney? When you watch the Sunday shows, it's so obvious. I mean, it took me a while to go, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. If I'm interviewing Wheels and I ask you a question and you don't want to answer it, all you have to do is just make a declaratory statement. Like with Carolyn Levitt, they were asking her something yesterday like, did the president see the video and does he think the killing was justified? And rather than answering anything, she's like, we are committed to a full, robust investigation. Like, that's not what I asked you. You can answer it. And as a lawyer, if I were cross-examining you and I ask you a question and you avoided it by making a statement, the judge would instruct you to answer the question. I miss that.
I saw a clip earlier today on like Instagram Reels or TikTok or something, and it was talking about how in a court of law, you're not allowed to make vague statements.
No.
Like, they will nail you down. You can't just be like, yeah, they were mean. Like, you have to explain what that means.
Yeah.
You can't just paint with a broad brush, and that's what makes the legal system so darn interesting. Is like, you got to be able to back up what you are saying.
Yeah.
We don't go off of vibes in that situation.
You two would have been really good lawyers. I would have hated to go against Wheeler. Oh, my God.
Oh, can you imagine?
It would never stop.
Can you imagine?
Jeez.
You'd have like 9-week trials that
You
should
know what?
last
You
1
can't
week.
appeal to your emotion because you have none.
You
It's like,
probably
oh, God.
you probably wouldn't have to, because he would get thrown in contempt by the judge so fast.
Oh no.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think
No.
he'd be able to not smart off to the judge?
No, I would never do that.
No, I don't see that.
I would lose if I did that.
He would just be the most annoying level ding, ding, ding,
My
ding.
favorite thing about the whole process
punching.
would be cross-examination.
Yeah.
Everything else would be secondary. That would be the fun part to me.
Yeah. You'd be the king of, so what you're saying is.
Yeah. So put this another way, you're okay with XYZ. I hate nothing more than the non-answer answer.
Mm.
And the fact that we just all have just accepted it.
You ever been owned, like doing sports radio or something, where someone just like, you're like, damn, I don't mean wrong. I don't mean corrected. I mean like owned.
Probably.
You don't remember it?
It's probably happened more times than I could remember one.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Oh, I mean, it happens. Blocked him out. No.
I killed him.
It was 25 years ago, man. I don't know. I can't remember that far back. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it's happened. It'd be crazy if it didn't.
A couple hid 100 plastic ducks throughout their home to see if their hired cleaner did their job. And the internet is riled up saying that you're treating these people disrespectfully. You're treating them like animals. And other people are saying like, hey, they just want to make sure. When I was, why am I looking for the word I was at Mr. Donut? I worked there. I'm looking for like a consultant. When I worked at Mr. Donut and I had to clean up, I learned that my boss would put a silver dollar under the fryer to see if I had cleaned it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they put the ducks
in like little places that you expect to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Like under the bed or something. And if they didn't take the duck, that means they didn't clean them.
But if I found ducks everywhere, I wouldn't necessarily move them because I would wonder if they were supposed to be there.
If you have time to put the ducks all over your house, why didn't you just clean your dang house yourself?
Yeah, that's a lot of trouble for that. Mm-hmm. B, there are better ways to do that, right? Other than putting something there that could look like it was intentionally put there.
You know what?
Like, again, if I'm cleaning and I'm finding a million ducks, I'm like, these people like ducks.
They love ducks.
I don't want to mess with their ducks.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the people who are like, I'm putting $7 down on the table to the waitress. And they're like, every time you mess up, I'm taking $1 away. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why are you like this?
Dude, one time in high school, I had a lawn mowing business. And I had a few houses up on the bluffs in Alton, tall cotton, right? And this one couple had this ivy like in front of their house, like people do. And they wanted it trimmed, and I mowed it down because I was lazy. And they called me that night, and they got on the phone with my mom and dad. Oh, it was terrible. That was my duck version.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had put some damn ducks out there.
Did they give you quality instructions, or did they just leave you to your own devices?
What?
I said, I don't know how that applies.
Because it was like, yeah, it doesn't at all.
They
didn't set me up at all.
They weren't tricking you. They just
I failed at my job.
This is why I asked you, did they describe how they wanted it done, or did they just say do a thing?
They said trim it.
Okay, well, then, yeah.
They were setting me up from the jump.
That doesn't mean eliminate it.
It's kind of monsters I used to work for. Do Lombardo, Rach?
Yeah, we've been talking about Sutton Farms by Lombardo Homes. This is a beautiful community in St. Charles County where there's so much convenience surrounding you. It's all about community living, so tons of resort-style amenities without leaving your neighborhood, which is awesome. You can choose from Lombardo's Parkside series. That's our newest home designs. Or build your dream home with our Nature or Tradition series custom options. You really can't go wrong, though, as long as you're going with a gorgeous Lombardo home.
I remember meeting with Mike Van Pammel, the president, probably the second year that Lombardo was here. He's like, "What is up with Custom Homes in St. Louis? They're a Michigan company." And he said, "In Michigan, custom is custom. You want a ballet studio where the living room usually goes? We'll do it for you. In St. Louis, it means having 3 choices of cabinets. So if you want to customize something, man, they'll do it for you. Great people, great houses. LombardoHomes.com."
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Attention, Missouri baby boomers. The Give 5 program wants to connect you with volunteer opportunities that fit your skills and passions. Learn how you can lend a helping hand and bring positive change to those who need it most in just 5 hours a month. Signing up is easy. Just attend our next free class in your local community. Visit our website at MissouriGive5.org to find a class near you. Brought to you by Missouri Area Agencies on Aging.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it's mostly sunny and 31 downtown at the Arch. Good afternoon. I'm Scott Jagow. Our top story this hour, the head of ICE has been ordered to appear in person before a federal judge in Minnesota Friday. The judge says the Trump administration has failed to comply with orders to hold hearings for detained immigrants. The president is in Iowa today speaking on affordability, but it appears he's changing his tune following the shooting death over the weekend in Minnesota. Natalie Brand from the White House.
CBS News has also learned some of the 800 Customs and Border Protection agents that were part of the larger federal force sent to the Minneapolis area are leaving, along with outspoken Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino, who said this following Saturday's deadly shooting of Alex Preddy.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Other administration officials labeled Preddy as a domestic terrorist over the weekend, but now the president is taking a different tone.
TikTok is settling a landmark social media addiction lawsuit just before proceedings were about to begin. Allison Keyes has that.
TikTok was one of 3 companies facing claims that their platforms deliberately addict and harm children. The video platform is still a defendant in other personal injury cases. A 19-year-old claims her use of social media from an early age addicted her to the technology and exacerbated suicidal thoughts.
Missouri is urging homeowners to double-check their insurance after this weekend's winter storm.
The Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance says Missourians who suffered frozen pipes, roof or vehicle damage, or losses from power outages should contact the state's consumer hotline. The department says most homeowners' policies cover frozen pipes, ice-damaged roofs, and some food loss, while comprehensive auto insurance typically covers ice-related vehicle damage. They also encourage documenting damage quickly and calling your insurance company right away. To avoid future claims, officials recommend keeping your home heated, trimming tree limbs, and following winter fire safety practices. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
Missourians digging out from the winter storm are getting back to the grocery store to restock. The question now is how quickly can stores refill those shelves? Dan Shaw is with the Missouri Grocers Association. He says most stores get delivery trucks several times a week.
Road conditions certainly will be a challenge, but I can tell you that the grocery industry, the dairies, they are doing everything they can to make sure supplies get to the stores so the consumers can feel safe knowing that there's food there. So they're working every minute they can to make sure the product's there.
It's time for an update of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Senior Vice President for Investments, Scott Bedell.
Good afternoon, Scott. Hello, everyone. 2 large stock declines in both United Healthcare and Boeing, both Dow Industrial constituents, drove that blue chip index down 409 points, or just about 0.8%, to 49,003. The Standard & Poor's 500 index and NASDAQ went the other direction, with the S&P up 0.4% at 6,978, while the NASDAQ Composite Index gained 0.9% at 23,817. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index was also impacted by the Boeing decline, as that index fell 0.75% to 1,669. Speaking of Boeing, those shares fell 1.5% to $244.56. Another St. Louis decliner was Centene, tumbling 10% to $41.50. Some bright spots among local issues include Anheuser-Busch gaining 1.25% at $70.25. Enterprise Financial Systems up 2% at $57.06. And finally, Stifel Financial giving up a little less than 2% to $126.34 before they report earnings tomorrow. From Stifel Financial, this has been Scott Bedell. Stifel is a member of SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
Tonight, mostly clear, down to 0. Wednesday, sunny skies. We get ahead of another Arctic cold front, 29 on Wednesday. Wednesday night down to 9. Thursday, it's all about the northwest flow, and it is cold. 20 for the high. On Friday, partly sunny, the high only 15. Sunny and cold right through the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Thank you, Dave. Right now, 31 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Scott Jagow, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. Few minutes past 3 p.m. If you're watching online, you see that we have Charles D'Angelo in live. Charles is a new client of mine, and we go back. How far do we go back?
22 years.
Wow, man. We were talking yesterday. To me, you're still that guy.
Well, thank you.
And you were saying, like, dude, I was like 22 years old when you knew me.
That's exactly right.
And it just hit me so hard. I'm like, yeah,
Time flies.
He's a full-grown man now. This is Charles D'Angelo, the man.
You were so kind when I was a kid to have me on after losing 160 pounds.
Absolutely.
That's what I've been doing ever since. So many people think of my work in terms of weight loss, but as we were talking about it, that's just a dividend. The real work is, how do you develop a better relationship with yourself so food no longer is your coping strategy?
Well, we were on a Zoom yesterday, and we speak now and then or hear about each other, but it's the first time we've had a real conversation in 22 years. And we spent an hour and 10 minutes on a Zoom, and it was...
Was it an hour and 10 minutes?
It was an hour and 10 minutes. one of the best hours in the last 20 years. It really was. It was a lot, not therapy, you're not a therapist, but there's a lot of just kind of life coaching. And as you know, I'm very open about things. I was very open with you. And I just want to thank you. It was really great.
Well, I enjoy what I do every single day. I consider it a vocation, a calling. I believe that none of us get where we are alone. I had the privilege of spending some time with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's famous for saying the one thing he never wants to be called is a self-made person. And I said to you, when we started yesterday, I want to say thank you to you because you gave a kid who was just trying to figure things out a platform. And I've never forgotten that, and I'm very grateful. And I've been privileged these last 22 years to touch the lives of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
The majority of the people I work with are helpers themselves, medical doctors, people that are making a difference. And again, it's not about knowing what to do with food. It's about how do I develop a better enough relationship with myself so I have structure, I have accountability, because losing weight has never been simpler, but keeping it off has never been more difficult.
Yeah.
And so it's really about staying with the person when they're living their life. And there isn't anyone out there that's working with people on the loneliness that is so prevalent, particularly amongst men. Every day in my office, I hear so many men talk about a sense of alienation, and that all emanates from a disconnect from oneself.
So I feel like you've said this back when I was at Powerhouse Gym and losing weight and getting in shape. Roger may have said it, but someone had said, it's not easy losing weight and getting in shape, but it's one of the easier things you do, as far as it's much more difficult to confront demons and face fears, which is all a part of it.
Yes.
Like you're not a guy that says, stop eating chips and start eating Frosted Mini Wheats. I'll see you next week.
So the way I look at it is this. So many people are tyrannized by how. How am I going to lose 20 or 200 pounds? And I work with people on both sides of that. But how is not the place to start. The real place to start is why. You see, if we have a strong enough reason, we'll do just about anything.
True.
But no one stops and asks themselves, why is what I want a must? And few of us actually stop to think about, how do we want our lives to be? What do we want it to look like? Somewhere between when we are born and where we are today, we start to get beaten down by life. We lose people, we lose relationships, we disappoint ourselves, we disappoint others, we have setbacks, and we start to lose confidence and trust in ourselves. I always tell people that people aren't struggling with weight because they don't know what to eat. They're struggling with weight because they've lost trust in themselves. And once you start to make decisions, once you start, even if it's just little decisions, I'm going to start by setting up a routine, setting up a schedule, setting up a structure where every day I'm getting up and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have my shoes out, I'm going to have my clothes out, is I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk. Something that seems as arbitrary as that, once you start to keep an agreement with yourself, you start to regain just a little bit of that confidence, and you start to move in a direction towards reclaiming your personal power. So yes, I'm very well known for the weight loss stuff, but I always tell people that weight loss is the dividend. The focus is on how do you develop structure, a schedule, a routine, a sense of identity, a way to handle the feelings that you've been using food to cope with, sadness, anger, fear. How do you do that? And once you start to work on those things, everything in your life gets better.
Yeah.
And there's no drug that can do that. So I'm not anti-medication by any stretch. If medication can help someone reclaim a little bit of belief in themselves and develop some momentum, that's great. But the question remains, why were you using food in the first place? Why was I 160 pounds overweight at age 17? I had, from all appearances, I had everything going for me. I was 4.3 GPA at CBC High School, student of the year several years in a row, very well liked by my peers, but I was almost 400 pounds. Answer, I was ashamed of the family that I lived in and was part of. My mom, while she was my best friend for about the first 10 years of my life, turned to alcohol, and she mixed it with prescription drugs. And when that happened, she became a very, very violent, dangerous person. And I'm the oldest of three, so I stepped into a role of responsibility way, way too early. And I don't say that to pity myself or to try to generate some type of sense of, oh, wow, poor Charles. I say that because those are the types of things that unwittingly we turn to things to try to cope with when we don't have an awareness of our own resourcefulness, our own resources. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I hadn't been through those things. So I'm grateful. My mom had her own history. So did my father. But there has to come a point in your life where you want to reclaim your personal power. And the only way that I know to do that, having been coaching people for 22 years, is to really look inside yourself and ask yourself, what is what I'm doing serving? What's this in service to? Is this actually something that I want for myself? Or is this something that I'm being driven by because of my history or because of fear or anything else? And that's not something that you can quickly come to. So it's a real process. So when I work with people, yes, I tell them exactly what to do. Here's what you need to do with exercise, primarily cardiovascular, walking. Here's what you need to do with food. But if that were the answer, I wouldn't have been 360 pounds. If that were the answer, I wouldn't have medical doctors coming to me for coaching. That in and of itself isn't enough. There's something missing. And the missing part is that mindset piece. How do you learn how to stay accountable, have structure, and continue to make progress in the face of life?
What about people who are listening right now and they say, I understand everything you're saying. I'm just not that guy. I don't have that kind of inner strength.
Oh, that's how most of us feel. I think that most of us have allowed life to get to a place where there's only a little bit, this little glimmer of maybe I could do it, but there's this other voice of tremendous doubt. We all have that shadow. We all have that part of ourselves that wants us to buy into discouragement. When that happens, the way I deal with that is I say, look, you don't have to believe a darn thing I say. You can say it's all BS, okay? Just do what the hell I tell you. Do what I tell you for 2 weeks and then make a decision. Just do exactly what I tell you for 2 weeks. And guess what? It always works.
What happened with you? The one day you're 360, what made you make the decision to lose the weight?
As with most things, it's not one thing. I had the high school counselors coming up to me and out of care and concern saying, have you thought about maybe playing a sport? I wasn't that type of kid. I was much more academically and intellectually oriented than I was interested in any type of sports. I had my family of origin, my parents, as well-intentioned as they could be, trying to say, hey, you probably should lose some weight. But until you reach that point where it becomes a must for you, nothing changes. I got to a place where I was sitting in a classroom at CBC when it was on Clayton Road, and I was 300 and something pounds, probably 360 or thereabouts, and I was taking an exam, and my heart started beating on my chest, and beads of sweat were dripping down my face onto the exam. And just at that moment, the nurse was walking by the classroom, and she looked in, and she kind of motioned to me to come out, and I wouldn't. I was too terrified to confront the reality of my circumstance. Fast forward, I went home, watched some television, ordered a pizza, and I used to drink regular soda. I drifted off to sleep. I woke up at about 1 or 2 in the morning, and I went to turn the television off, and I couldn't see. It was as if like there was a film or something over my eyes. And I knew enough that if you allowed yourself to become unhealthy to a certain degree, you could have vision issues if you were diabetic. So those things scared me. And so it was a number of things that led me to decide, look, if I don't make changes, I might not live to see my high school graduation. I joined a gym. I had very, 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 very good direction. I had people in my life, people that were working out. I always tell people, put yourself in proximity. Put yourself in the room where you're not the smartest, where you're not the best, where you're not the brightest. That's where you're going to grow. You want to put yourself in a space that's going to help elevate you. So I joined a gym. There were guys that looked in shape and fit, and I asked myself, I want to learn everything I possibly can from all these people because success leaves clues. People that are in shape, it's not by accident. It's because they have a pattern, and that leads to how simple it is. You said it's not easy. True, but it's simple. How do you lose 50, 100, 200 pounds? We've got to make different choices, but we have to be consistent. And that's where the coaching comes in, because knowing what to do, you can pull up an app, you can take a shot, you can do this, you can do that. But the follow through is what's missing. And that's what I've always been working with people on.
How long did it take until you felt the inner strength, like, I'm going to do this?
It's been 20 plus years. I don't know of a moment. I made a decision at age 17 that my life was never going to be the same. And I had this very clear vision of how I wanted it to be, how I wanted to feel, and who I wanted to become. And I knew that my weight was going to limit me. So in a certain way, I was acting on faith. And I think we all have to do that. Faith isn't something you pick up from a religion. Faith is the capacity to believe in something you can't see yet and to act on it and to have enough reasons. And again, if you'll actually sit down and come up with, why is this a must? And most of us will do more for other people than we'll do for ourselves.
True.
Most of us will. I have people come in to see me and they say, I have 2 kids and I'm afraid I won't live to see them if I don't lose weight. We'll often do things for other people. So sometimes that's fine. But eventually we want to get to the place where we have a good enough relationship with ourselves that we see ourselves as deserving of the type of respect, the type of attention, appreciation, acceptance, bodily affection, showing your body the type of attention it deserves, and in the space to actually feel what you're feeling. Yeah. But if you grow up without an example of that, as most of us do, it's difficult to do what you haven't seen. And so my work with people, again, is all about how do you install those types of programs in yourself? Yes, a strategy with food is great, and I certainly provide that. Yes, you have to exercise. But without this third leg, food being one, exercise being the second, without this third leg, it collapses on itself. And I believe that that's what's missing in everything else out there, and why you see the relapse in people that do address weight through just food or just exercise or a shot or a pill. Unless you actually get under all that and realize that food has become a treatment plan for something, until you have the courage to look inside yourself and address those issues, you're going to be on this revolving door, kind of playing whack-a-mole with your weight forever.
Yeah. If you just tuned in, we're talking to my friend Charles D'Angelo. We're going to come back and talk to him for another segment. People listening right now, they're interested, intrigued. They want to reach out to you. How do they do it?
Best way is to go to my website, Charles D'Angelo. That's DANGELO.com, charlesdangelo.com. There's a little form. You put your name, your phone number, your website. I am still accepting new clients at this point. But the thing is we sit down and we have about a 30-minute discussion about you to really make sure that it's an appropriate fit. Because coaching, as you were saying about our conversation, it really has a lot to do with the relationship between me and the person. And I'm not for everybody. And that's perfectly fine. But what I will be is honest, direct, incisive, and give as much feedback as I possibly can. And I am very flattered by what you said about our conversation yesterday. And I have to say, I have so many people that say that first 30-minute meeting with me is one of the most impactful conversations. But it's not because of, oh, I'm so great. It's because I'm not attached to people becoming clients.
Yeah.
My whole goal is this. If I can have a meeting with someone and one thing I say has an impact that ripples out and benefits them and the people that they love and that love them, then it was worth it. That was worth it. And that's the effect each of us have. But right now, we're being bombarded by so much at such an intensity that we're losing touch with the respect we each should have for our own dignity and for the dignity of other people. That's the ability you have right now. A decision you can make right now can totally change the next 10 years of your life. One decision I made, one decision. I'm not going to live this way anymore. Look at where I am today. And I don't say that in a self-aggrandizing way. I made the decision that, look, I wasn't going to be that way anymore. Stress comes when we feel like we are controlled by events. When we feel that we are in control of events, not controlled by them, we are so much happier and healthier. And what I'm here to say is you have a lot more influence over the way your life is going by the choices you're making. It doesn't matter what your conditions. My conditions wouldn't have at all predicted where I am today. My biography definitely did not predict my destiny. My choices did. So if you'll start to change your choices, it doesn't matter what your history, no matter if you've been told you're worthless by your mother, by your father, by all the people around you. if you're hearing my voice right now, I'm here to tell you there's a reason you kept listening to me talk. And the reason is there's a part of you that doesn't buy into that. And that's a part of you that you want to nurture, build, and reinforce. And that's what this type of work can do.
Quick break, right back. DGS.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Doing a lot of lives early in the year for Universal Windows Direct because they are really blowing it out. Last year, I remember doing lots of lives for them. Buy one window, get one window free. Buy two, get two free. Now they have made it buy 4 windows, get 4 for free. 0% interest financing for 60 months, so you can spread your payments out over 5 years, same as cash, without a penny of interest. $1,000 off your entire project, plus a vacation for you and your family. So all of that would be worthless if they were terrible windows. All that would be worthless if they didn't have a great warranty and a guarantee to stand behind, but they do. After 25 years of this, I hope you have enough trust in me that I would not choose a bad window company, because here's the deal. The first time you get screwed over by a DGS client, the monkey's dead, and I'm no longer buying the G.I. Joe, the Kung Fu grip, so I have to make sure the people I bring into my stable are the best of the best. These guys are great, and they're giving you a great right out of the chute in 2026 deal. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
Paid for by government. The 1986 to 2021 United States Silver Eagle, the first ever U.S. silver dollar minted in 99.9% pure silver and is the best-selling coin in the world. These original and historic silver dollars have ceased production forever. They will never be minted again. For a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government-struck silver dollars are being released to the public. You can own a full pound of original U.S. silver dollar coins featuring Lady Liberty and the heraldic eagle, never to be struck again. Guaranteed. Call now to secure original United States Silver Eagles by the pound. The first U.S. silver dollars ever to be struck in 99.9% pure silver. Plus, receive a free bonus, an American Collector's Pack valued at over $40 and free shipping with every order. Call 1-800-560-6468 now to secure your full pound bag of United States Silver Eagle coins before they are gone. That's 1-800-560-6468.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Dave Murray will be up next, and we have our buddy Michael Butler coming in at 4 p.m. or calling in. They have a cool thing going on where they're doing free weddings for Valentine's Day in the city. That's very cool. Right now in studio for just like another 3 minutes, Dan, we have my buddy Charles D'Angelo. We could talk for an hour about this, and we only have time really for me to kind of make a statement. But I was thinking last night, as these guys know, a big part of the Dave Glover shtick is that I'm not normal, I'm quirky, I'm diagnosed with several things, OCD, ADHD, anxiety, and I've never felt normal. But I was thinking about it last night. If I had to bet my own $10, I would bet, this is with my definition of normal, we all have a different one, but I would bet that there are way more not normal people. Normal seems rare to me. Mm-hmm. Like Kevin, who you just met, is very normal. I'm sure he has his things. I'm sure he has his secrets, but he's a solid guy, been married to the same woman since he was 19. He makes good decisions. He gives good advice. He doesn't have anxiety. That, to me, is a pretty good definition of normal. I'm not like that. We're different guys. I'm very jealous of how normal he is. But I have to believe there are more Daves than Kevins.
I think that people... The wonder isn't why are some people anxious, it's why are more people not anxious.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
I think that to the degree that you're aware and you're conscious, life is very uncertain. And our early life. I mean, there is literature supports the idea that we're affected in terms of temperament and personality as early as being in utero. So, and there's a lot of evidence to support that. So I don't know how much I would give credence to the idea of trying to be normal, but I do think that there comes a time in most people's lives that they go through what I consider to be the middle passage. A lot of people think about it like a midlife crisis. And it's not chronological. It doesn't happen at age 37.5. It happens when you've checked off all the boxes that you believed and were programmed to believe would bring you a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment, so on and so forth, only to find you're saying, is this all there is? And at that point, you shift from putting such an accent on other people's approval to what really wants to come through me in this life. What am I actually here to accomplish? And that's often something that leads people into a terrible despair because they've never had the space to be able to actually process that type of deep material. That's what brings people in to see me sometimes, is they say, I'm 40 years old. I have more zeros behind the numbers in my bank account than I care to even think about, and I'm miserable. My kids don't talk to me. I haven't slept in the same room with my partner in 2 years, and I'm 150 pounds overweight. So I think that it's not so much about normal. It's more about, can I get to a place where I actually learn what loving myself looks like, as cliched as that sounds. And if you think about it, love is more a verb. It's paying attention to yourself, appreciating yourself, showing yourself acceptance, showing, as I said earlier, your body affection by how you treat it, and then making space for the feelings. Now, how many of us have an upbringing that actually honors those different qualities of love? Very few. You know, you're told, sit down, shut up, be quiet. If you have something that's bothering you, if your parents weren't fortunate enough to have this type of emotional awareness, they'll give you something to distract you. And so you just perpetuate that yourself. So a lot of this is learning to look at your patterns, and there are only so many patterns in human behavior. So as I said, success has a path. I've spent the last 22 years decoding what is that path so that it's actually precise and exacted. So if a person feels lost and doesn't know what to do, I can tell them exactly what to do and help them establish a type of relationship with themselves where they can develop the ability not to use food like the treatment plan they have been.
If you guys want to talk to Charles, which I greatly recommend you do, regardless of your situation, like he said, you're going to spend 30 minutes talking. If it's not a fit, it's not a fit. You're going to shake hands. You're going to part as friends. Go to charlesdangelo.com.
Doesn't matter if you're on medicine, doesn't matter if you're considering medicine. That's a big thing right now. Yes. So I just want to break through the noise that, look, what stops most people is waiting, but waiting comes at a price. The best thing you could do is just make the decision to talk about it. And often talking through something with somebody is helpful in and of itself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, buddy.
My pleasure.
For 100 years, KMOX has been the voice of St. Louis, informing, entertaining, and connecting our community. Now, relive a century of service at KMOX100.com, a website that allows you to explore classic KMOX audio, rare photos and video, and the legendary voices that shaped St. Louis. Every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat lives on at KMOX100.com.
I hear from sellers all the time that they fear they have missed out on the selling market. They are so relieved to learn September, October, and November are strong selling months. With low inventory and hopefully lower interest rates, this fall will be a hot one for real estate. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. You may have heard me say, why pay more than 4 for years? Now it's why pay more than 2, saving you even more money. Call me 314-441-4444. And remember, why pay more than 2?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Nevada.
Thank you, St. Louis, for making Genesis of St. Charles your most trusted and #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2026. We know your time is valuable. That's why every purchase comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis Service Valet. Plus, this month only, sign and drive a new Genesis with only your first payment due at signing. And leases start as low as $319 a month. That's right, $319 a month with only your first payment due at signing. We'll bring the test drive to you. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2025. Unapproved credit. See dealer for details. Offer ends 1/31/26.
So doing live endorsements for Mosby Building Arts is like, I don't know, like doing lives for Mercedes or something like that. They're just the gold standard in St. Louis, not just of remodeling, but just of businesses, Like if you said like, hey, what's a great generational family business success look like? You look at Mosby and go, do what these guys did. And what they did is they just showed up every day, did what they said they were going to do, did it in an elite way, remodeling your kitchen or, your downstairs or building you a beautiful outdoor area. They always deliver. They always over-deliver. They're not the cheapest out there. They're not chasing the lowest bid. That's not who their clients are. But they're also not like the guys who are going to add 30% to the bill just because they think you can, just because you have a nice house in Clayton or Ladue. They're not like that. Just absolute integrity. If you are interested in remodeling a part of your home, great place to start. Look, pick their brain. Use someone else if you want to. Take advantage of them. Call them at 909-314-909-1800 for a free brainstorming session, or go to callmosby.com for inspiration.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, the highways look great out there this afternoon. Plow crews have been working, making the shoulders wider and everything a little bit cleaner, thankfully. And the highways are great, lightly occupied right now. The only backup we have is westbound 64. There's a stalled tractor trailer in the exit lane from westbound 64 getting on to South 270. That's backing up traffic just west of Lindbergh, getting out to that point. Otherwise, South 270 is a little slow at Desson Ferry. They were clearing a stall from there. The rest of the interstates, I really don't see a slowdown anywhere in the metro area at this time. Do see a little bit of backed up traffic southbound Route 3 coming down through 8th Street and Monsanto. Northbound Route 3, though, at that point looks okay. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER. When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
It's men's Billikens basketball action tonight as they take on George Washington. Pre-game 6:45, tip at 7 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 334. That's Dave Murray time. Brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm happy to see Andrew back in place.
Have you seen Andrew in his sexy cowboy coat?
No, I haven't.
Why don't you just show it to the peeps?
Turn on some light there, too. You're a little backlit.
Yeah, he's a little...
You're backlit, and Dave is like ominously like
I am. I
below.
don't know what's going on.
You look like you're like the spooky guy, like getting ready to scare us.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it?
Now that's too dark, right?
Yeah. I bet it's your monitor.
Yeah, well, I think I'm kind of backlit with the window behind me. I think that's it.
It's working. I'm very intimidated. So, great time to settle the business of the 5 families. So, kind of the steady as she goes?
Yeah, no, it's going to get colder. I mean, today we got above 30 degrees. Just barely, but we got above 30 degrees. It's still really cold. When you have the northwest flow and you have a snowpack that's not going to go away for a while, the atmosphere just can't really heat up. So looking at about 0 tonight, 29 tomorrow. So pretty good bounce in temperature. We're ahead of the next cold front coming through on Wednesday night. Wednesday night goes down to 9. Thursday, a lot of clouds around, maybe a little bit of sunshine. But boy, Thursday is a cold day. Teens, maybe 20 for the high. 2 degrees Thursday night. Friday, partly sunny, 15 for the high. Saturday, we're probably looking at about 22 and 27, 28 degrees on Sunday. There's no big storms in sight. We could squeeze a little bit of snow flurry activity out with a front on Sunday, but it's nothing exciting. The Gulf of Mexico moisture is tapped out. It's just not getting up here at all. So we're gonna stay cold. No big storms. However, I am concerned after we get past about the 11th or 12th of February that we could see our hands on another southwest storm. Long way off. Maybe a Valentine's Day storm.
Yeah, there you go.
So you get snowed in.
Yeah, get snowed in. Get a bunch of babies in 9 months. That was weird, Dave.
Okay.
Thinking this out.
Always taking it to the next step.
I've always got a plan. I figured that out. Like I was born on September 6th, and there was a snowstorm. I figured out right around the new year. So yeah, Jack was bored. So
yeah, I know a few. I have a few November friends. I'm like, interesting.
Headlines.
See, weather affects everything.
Sure affects that. No doubt about it.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh-oh. You going to do some math?
Yeah, Wheels is trying to figure it out.
Oh, yeah, you're one of them, Wheels.
Yeah, I'm in November. Like, that's
so am I.
I'm a little late for it to be Valentine's Day, but it's February.
Rach, who knows what your parents were thinking?
Well, I have figured this out, actually.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, I was born on July 30th. A day early, so I was supposed to be July 31st.
Okay.
9 months before that is Halloween, so I don't know.
I like
Mo and
it.
Kim
Yeah,
was,
me too.
Yeah.
The Halloween costume party.
Mo and Kim. Andrew, your win?
July 12th.
Oh, so you're
And
pretty close
frankly,
to
I'd
it.
prefer not to know. I've never asked.
I know. One time I was like, why did I figure this? What was wrong with me? Why?
Really prefer not to know if I have an option.
We just did this. My brother and I we kind of knew it, but we just figured this out again from old pictures from my uncle.
Yeah.
Where my uncle took my brother and I on a trip. We went to Niagara Falls. We went to Toronto. Literally 9 months later, my sister was born.
Jeez.
I'm like, well, you know what you guys are doing?
All right. Anyway, Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. Newsroom's been touching on this, but the American Red Cross is experiencing a severe blood shortage. I told you guys last week they were having a blood shortage. Yeah. Well, now some of these donations have gone uncollected because of the storm that has swept lots of the United States over the weekend. So there's about a 35% drawdown of products in the last month. They had to cancel about 200 blood drives nationwide, and more than 7,000 blood and platelet donations went uncollected. It's just not ideal timing. So please keep the American Red Cross in mind during this time.
Hey, you don't really think about that the way you should. Like, you're watching a medical show, and they're like, we need 6 pints of O negative. And you're like, oh, where's that come from? Mm-hmm. I mean, it comes from us, right?
Mm-hmm. Pinterest is going to lay off 15% of its workforce because the platform is pivoting resources over to AI. This is part of a broader restructuring. This stinks. Pinterest, I felt like, was one of the last bastions of old school social media as far as I don't feel like the algorithm just fully runs everything, and there's not a lot of like bomb throwing and attention seeking on Pinterest. It's mostly just finding images and things that interest you and you pin it on your little board. So the fact that they're going to be handing over the reins to AI in a certain respect, I don't know. It's not promising for the future, but also what did I expect?
Yeah.
Amazon is going to close Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh to concentrate on Whole Foods and grocery delivery. So Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh were, basically grocery stores you could go to that were Amazon powered. And they're doing away with that, focusing on Whole Foods. Thought that was kind of interesting.
It was
given
pretty
the story
recent
from...
that I realized that. that Amazon owned Whole Foods. I'm
yeah.
not a Whole Foods guy. I'm not near one. I've been a few times.
Yeah,
they don't have Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly. Just thought that was kind of interesting, given, again, last week we were talking about how they're opening this huge store in the Chicago area. It's a little odd because Amazon's whole thing is shipping things to people, but now they're going to have this huge warehouse where you can go and shop. Just a lot of shuffling going around in the whole Amazon universe.
You know what I want to be? I want to be in the cardboard box business. Man, those guys, when was the cardboard box invented? Had to be like the 20s.
Yeah, maybe a little before that.
And we're still using them?
Mm-hmm.
I love you guys. It's like 20s? Yeah, probably.
Maybe a little before.
Just
1817.
There you go, Wheels.
Cardboard boxes evolved, but the early paper boxes appeared in 1817.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But the way that we're doing it now, is more 1870s.
Wow.
I know, and we're still doing it, and it still works.
That's nuts.
And you can fold them up, and
yeah, boy, breaking down a cardboard box,
dude.
That's
annoying.
great.
Yeah,
whenever I see a trash can, nobody's done that. You know, they just throw the box in there.
Yeah,
in the recycle box. It's like, come on. First of all, you'd have so much room if you broke it down.
Yeah, but if you don't need all the room, then why go through all the hassle?
Because that's the second reason. It is so much fun.
How do you do it, Dave? Do you stomp them? Do you cut them?
No, I use a box cutter.
Yeah, that's
of course you do. You're
rich.
rich.
It's the only way to go.
Oh yeah, it costs so much for a box cutter.
Have you seen the electronic ones?
No.
Oh,
no, that's I don't know. Is that as much fun?
Too easy.
Yeah,
not visceral enough where you get in there.
Yeah.
And,
Dave Murray needs the hunt.
Yeah,
he needs the chase.
He needs to make that box his bitch.
Americans' confidence in the U.S. economy has fallen sharply in January to its lowest level since 2014. That's our consumer confidence. Declining sharply. I got to think it has to do with a lot of the crazy stuff that's going on all over the place. Doesn't really make people feel good about spending their money.
Mm-hmm.
Cratered 9.7 points to 84.5 in January. That's its consumer confidence index. Falling below even the lowest readings during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I don't know anything about finance. I'm willfully stupid and ignorant. But I saw a chart today on Drudge about the dollar, and it was just straight down. Like, that can't be good. It's not the way charts are supposed to go.
Yeah, you want to see it going up. One more story for you guys. Coco Gauff smashed her racket following her defeat in the Australian Open.
You tennis players.
Dude, I love Coco Gauff. She is my friend. She doesn't know it, but she is my friend. We got
probably your best friend.
Yeah, probably the best friend of all time. No, love her. I was really hoping she was going to win the whole Australian Open because, I mean, she's just amazing. She's a really sweet person, very talented, works hard, but she lasted less than an hour in her latest match. She's frustrated. She's smashed her racket in the past and has felt bad about it, doesn't want to set a bad example for the kids. So what she did was she went to like the backstaging area and even went behind a wall.
Wow.
So she could let out some frustration.
Wow.
Of course, the cameras are like zooming in on her. I'm like, give these people a little bit of freaking privacy. Come on.
Remember when we were kids? Everyone smashed their racket.
Oh yeah,
McEnroe and Jimmy Connors and Bjorn.
That was all part of the thing.
Yeah.
I got no sympathy for a professional athlete that doesn't realize they're always on camera.
Oh, here we go.
No, I mean, I see this all the time. This happens in every sport. I see baseball players wrecking the dugout, taking a bat down the tunnel, smashing something because they're angry or they throw things. Don't do that near cameras if you don't want people to see it. I mean,
the dugout is a wild place to be.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
really
not
is.
just there. I mean, you'll see it in a lot of places. You'll see players almost get into fights in the runway that's going from the court to the locker rooms or whatever. And anything that's happening in the building that's not inside your locker room is probably being seen on a camera. And you should know that. You're a professional athlete. I don't have any problem with what she did. Every athlete has that moment where you lose it. You're pissed at yourself because it's an individual sport. You're going to be pissed at yourself and you want to vent. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Totally Team Coco on that one. But, you know where you are. you're in a building where there are cameras everywhere. So you better be damn sure, if you don't want people to see it, that you're in a place where they're not. No big deal. I honestly, do you guys think anybody would judge her for that?
No, it's just she's such a sweetheart, and she's like, I don't want to set a bad example for the kids, and
That's
I don't
nice.
want to feel like I'm taking things out on my team, so I just wanted to go do that in private. I totally get where you're coming from, Wheels. It was probably pretty silly to assume she wouldn't be caught on camera back there. But yeah, I got such a soft spot for her.
Did you ever go back and watch any of the old vintage classic tennis?
Not really, no. Like more of like a Nadal Federer type of vibe. Like not going back
Go watch
super,
some
super
McEnroe.
far. That would be fun.
John McEnroe was nuts, dude.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, good news for westbound 64 drivers. They cleared that stalled tractor trailer at the South 270 exit. Westbound 64 is still kind of slow at Spady. I don't know if a lot of folks were bailing out and taking Manchester, but westbound Manchester is jammed. Not terribly, but it's bumper to bumper from Lindemann out to Ballas right now. Southbound 55, a little busy passing Gasconade, but looks good down in Jeffco. South 270 is clear. Westbound 70 looks great from downtown all the way out to Wentzville. So does 64, like I said, with the exception of the run from Spady out to Ballas. So pretty quiet. And Route 3 southbound coming through Monsanto is improved as well. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Big game, big screen, big energy at Ballpark Village, Sunday, February 8th. Enjoy the big game like you're in the end zone, featuring in-arena touchdown celebrations, fan cams, contest VIP packages, and more, hosted by RDJ and DJ Dex. Save up to $10 on tickets with code KMOX. Tickets and event details at stlballparkvillage.com/events. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
So I am 61 now, which sounds so much older than 60. Just hated. And when I was about 50, a friend of mine who was 11, 12 years older than me, I said, well, what does it feel like? What's 61, 62 feel like? And I'll never forget his response. He said, it feels like you have a little bit of the flu every day. And that's pretty accurate. And I never thought it would happen to me. I never thought aging, like playing baseball last summer was great. I loved it. I love playing baseball. I can still play. I can throw. I can catch the whole thing. But what's in my head, what my body wants to do, what my head wants to do, my body doesn't want to do. And so whether that for you is in the bedroom or the boardroom or the gym, I'm here as living proof to tell you, after 6 years of doing the bioidentical hormone replacement pellets with Dr. Kathy Maupin and Dr. Rachel Sullivan, everything gets better. You just feel, I feel about 40% better than I would without them. Some people might say I feel 80%. Some people might say 20%. But the fact is, there is a marked, noticeable improvement in everything when you take the pellets. Maybe you're a candidate, maybe you're not. All it takes is a blood test to find out. And all you have to do to get that is to go to biobalancehealth.com, fill out a quick little form. They'll send you to Quest. They'll call you when the results are in. They'll sit down with you and they'll read them and you go from there. biobalancehealth.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Italian subs for your finance team at Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or bird seed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When it comes to lighting, Graybar goes beyond parts and products.
We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into gray bar mode. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
John Pertzborn here, and I've come to respect the good works of Hardy's Rise and Shine for Heat benefit, supporting heatupstlouis.org, where 100% of the proceeds help families and seniors with Missouri and Illinois utilities. It's Friday, February 13th, your lucky day. Volunteer now or pre-order sacks of sausage or egg biscuits only at heatupstlouis.org. Put the biscuits down, gentry.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Friday at 1:30, we have some guests coming in to make an announcement about something cool I get to do this winter. But don't know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
She knows what it is.
You're monster trucking.
Damn it! I said it was a secret.
You're going to be at the Dome on Sunday.
Just me.
Dave Glover. What's your name of your car?
Goodwin.
You
It's
can
a
just
good
drive
one.
that darn Jeep.
It's white, so
Ramjet.
let's call him Ghost.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ramjet the Ghost.
Here comes Dave and Ghost.
That's actually pretty good.
Clearly hadn't given that any thought ahead of time.
Boy, what would I name my car? I guess Ghost because it's white and cool. I guess Ghost.
If I needed a nickname for my Jeep, I guess the top of my head would be Ghost. But
Boy, I mean, I just can't think of Phantom.
You know?
Phantom.
Oh, the Phantom's pretty good.
Phantom's good.
Dave Glover and the Phantom. Sunday at the Dome.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm waiting to find like a bomb in this Jeep or something because everything about it's just great.
Is it like a Bond car? Do you have like a machine gun that'll pop out somewhere?
I got a bunch of buttons. I don't know what they do.
Do you have the Men in Black turbo button where you press it? And
I got to come look at the buttons and see if there's any fun tricks.
You know what's cool about the Jeep too is the boot, the trunk, is half,
all a boot.
half the size of the one I had, which means there's a real back seat.
Oh, cool.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to take the doors and the top off. Yay.
What a boot the boot.
Boot the boot. What a boot the boot. All right, who can fill up a minute and a half for me? Bobby says Casper.
Too nice.
Casper's a loser. Don't name your...
Casper's a dead kid that died of tuberculosis or something.
He was a nerd. Don't name
He
your...
was a nice kid.
He's dead.
He's not a nerd, but he's not intimidating either, though.
Don't name your boat after some loser nerd ghost.
Dave's got a boat?
Your boat.
Yeah, suddenly I got a boat.
Did I say boat?
You did.
That's what one of the buttons does.
Oh, it's the Bond car. It can go. It can turn into a boat.
Turns it into a boat.
Little panel comes under the bottom to make it waterproof.
Rach, you had something?
I'm looking here.
All right.
Is it better than crapping on Casper?
Yeah, I can talk about how much I don't like Casper
Casper the
for
friendly
another.
ghost. What a nerd!
Google what Casper died of. Because
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they
I think
said
it's.
it.
I think it's consumption. I think he died of the TB.
He died from pneumonia.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that dark?
Well, that's from just the live action movie. I'm not sure that's the full
Well,
lore.
it's like they came up with the idea for a cutesy kid ghost, and then after that, they were like, "Oh God, I guess we got to establish what he died of."
Didn't really have to. It could just be a ghost.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
This year, I'm giving my hair salon a total makeover.
Total makeover sounds totally expensive.
We updated our logo and colors, so I needed to print new signage, brochures, business cards, everything.